Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Fear the Hive 1155 podcast. Welcome to our election special. This is, we do this once every 4 years, but it seems like so much more often, like as it happens. It's almost like the Olympics.
I think I can speak for everyone who is ready for this to be over.
Oh, absolutely.
Completely ready for this to be over. I'm ready for the text messages to stop.
Oh,
I'm ready for the emails to stop. I'm ready for the phone calls to stop.
Oh,
but most of all, I'm ready to stop planning my exit of the continental United States.
Dude, so Steve has been telling us about this plan for quite some time.
I mean, I got really excited when they tapped Kamala for the nomination, and it signaled to me that there's a very good possibility that I don't have to leave, right? And so I put my plans on hold. However, looking at the initial results coming in, and granted, it's going to be a long night, people. We're in for a long ride tonight, but just understand that I'm not above still leaving. I got my place already picked out. I got my budget already worked out. I know what
school is going to be.
School my kids are going to. I know how fast the internet is. I know my phone will, I can get an extra SIM code. I got an extra, electronic SIM that I can use where I'm going. I ain't telling y'all where I'm going because I ain't trying to hear all of that. Y'all not, nope. When I get settled, I'll let you know and then you can come visit. But yeah. All of that for tonight. Hey, but good news. Let's start off with good news. Apparently, Delaware has just sent its first African-American and Black woman senator to the U.S. Senate, which is amazing. Good job, Delaware. Good job, Delaware.
I don't think I have the applause button on here, but yeah.
You need the applause button because that's big. I'm glad to hear that. And all of these, if you keep seeing me look this way, it's because I have a TV up and I've got a window up and I'm looking at all sorts of things tonight.
Right. Well, so we democracy is on the line tonight, as they say. And it is something that, we're definitely watching closely. And, a lot of people, this has probably been one of the most polarized elections, like not necessarily as much as like Barack, but it does have like kind of that air out there.
Okay, so can I soapbox really? Okay, first of all, welcome to 1155 Fear the Hive election broadcast. That's Dom. I'm Steve. We're so engulfed and we've missed you guys so much that we forgot to introduce ourselves. We're waiting on Jason. Jason's got some scheduling conflicts, so hopefully he'll be here with us at the 8:30 hour.
Dude, why isn't it whenever we talk him up, he just shows up?
Let Jason know what it is, man. We're linked telepathically.
It's true.
And stuff.
Ask for him and he shall appear.
Exactly.
Oh my God. This man coming with the movie quotes already.
We'll go ahead and start with so what's everybody been up to last week? Because we didn't have a podcast last week because we really wanted to kind of, get our time schedule set up to be here today. So in that way we can cover the election.
Wait. So we just not gonna talk about the sciatica? We just gonna roll?
No,
right past that?
I was letting you guys go first before I.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that works for me. Because I mean, I've got concern and I got jokes, right? And I always want to start with the concern first. But I'm good. Jason, how you been?
I am actually under the weather right now.
Under the weather?
What, you got the flu?
Cold.
I don't see no cloud above your head.
Wow, that man.
Oh, because it's too bright.
Cloud.
I just got the little tickle in my throat this morning, and it's evolved. It was trying to evolve into something else. So, yeah.
Well, hope you get your ginger and your vitamin C.
I just had 2 whole oranges and daughter made me a cup of some tea.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Because my wife knows me. Anytime that like it has to be like everybody being sick, and then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to the store. I'm gonna go get some ginger. Ginger, lemon, and some oranges, and I'll be right back. And I'll slice it all up. I'll cut it all up, make like a kind of like a tea-ish, like kind of a sweet, not necessarily like sweet tea as in like the South, but like a tea with all of it. Just enough for everybody to drink, at least for the next 2 days or so, just to flush all that stuff out. Because as Dr. Sebi says, it's pretty much the mucus is what causes everything.
Back home, we call that orange peel tea.
Well, yeah, exactly. And at that point, you use everything. You use the skin of the ginger, you use the skin of the lemon or lime or the orange, because that's where all the healing properties are going to come from.
Right, exactly.
Did we just get a Dr. Sebi reference?
We did get a Dr. Sebi reference.
Okay, I was just making sure that's what it sounded like. But yeah. Shout out to Ginger keeping us whether it's in ginger ale with the crackers like Grandma used to give us, or whether you make your own ginger tea as grown people, which I highly encourage you to do. Ginger, the root of the ginger, it's doing big work. I don't know about in your life, but in our lives, it's doing big work. So,
yeah.
So yeah,
big up the ginger.
Yeah. Big up the ginger. Hey man. No, go ahead. I didn't have anything of substance to say, Dominic. Not at all. I promise you.
No, last week, guys, I was dealing with some sciatic nerve pain. I'm not sure if you guys have been dealing with that. If we have any viewers that deal with that, please put it in the chat. Any remedies that you got. I'm good now, but it got to a point to where it was absolutely unbearable. Like I got up one morning and I couldn't even hold myself up, like just my body in general. I couldn't hold it up. And I fell, to the ground on my knees. And even at that, I couldn't even hold myself up at that. So I just laid on the floor. And my family was like, is everything okay? I'm like, no, obviously not. I'm
I'm down here, you guys are up there. So
it's like, no, I'm not okay. And it just got so bad. Like I took a day off from work. I did a teledoc visit, my first ever teledoc visit, which was pretty interesting. And basically I had medicine like maybe an hour and a half after that. My uncle was able to pick it up and bring it to me. And even now, I'm not taking any more medicine, but I think the effects are still there because I can't feel like the outside of my leg from my knee down.
Oh,
and apparently that's normal because that's exactly what's supposed to happen.
You can't feel that. Say it again.
So the outs of my left leg, like the outside part of it, I can't feel it.
Your skin?
Yeah, I can't feel it at all. But it's that's where your sciatic nerve actually, it's like the nerve endings, it is towards the outside of your leg. And so essentially the medicine that they gave me was to desensitize it. Pretty much they're like, yeah, hey, how do you know if it's there if you just can't feel your leg? I'm like, okay.
So they gave you what, Oxy?
No, meloxicam, which is like a Motrin.
Yeah.
Jason, don't make that face. Don't.
Yeah.
That's uncomfortable. That's uncomfortable.
Good stuff.
And then they also gave me a steroid called methylprednisolone, which is they gave me on a step kind of basis where I take 6 one day, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I will say, I felt what happens is when your nerve is irritated, there's a shooting pain that radiates up and down your leg, whichever side. And I felt that probably until maybe like a day ago. And then I got up and the worst thing is, but at least all that medicine was able to get me up and walking, but not for long. I couldn't walk for long.
Wait a minute. All of that is just to get you on your feet?
Pretty much.
That's crazy.
Yeah, pretty much. And then after, yeah, exactly. I got to start stretching. Yes, meloxicam is great.
Yes.
Gosh.
Yes. I'm surprised they didn't put you on Gapatin.
Why have I heard that before? Now the only way I felt the sensation before when I tore my Achilles and I had medicine and I couldn't feel the outside of my right leg. So I've definitely dealt with a lot of that. I had horrible lower back pain. Ooh.
L4, L5, S. Ooh.
Yeah, man.
I know the L4, L5 pain. Mine are fused together.
Sheesh.
Can I tell you that Texas has a very different take on pain? They're like, we'll get rid of it any way possible, right?
Oh, there's our word for the day: nerve ablation.
Yeah, you know what that is?
No.
I get to tell you what that is because I learned about what that is. That's when they take a bunch of X-rays and they find out where your nerves are, right? Yeah. They give you probing shots in the weeks leading up to procedure so they can figure out which nerve goes to which area of your back. And then once they find the right set of nerves, they go in and they burn them jokers.
They what?
Ooh. Yes, they go in. I have no idea what chemical they use, but it's like a temporary, it's like they burn it away.
Wait,
right?
But nerve? doesn't that
it's the nerve to the muscle, not the nerve, like the nerve that it's gonna sound real bad, that controls how you feel the pain.
Gotcha.
And so the pain goes away, and so it allows you to do the rehab necessary to remove the pain, right? Because a lot of what people are going through is like they want to rehab this thing away, but they can't because it's too painful, right? Like if you had like shoulders, you get a cortisone shot, you do the rehab for your shoulder. Once cortisone shot wears off, then you've done the rehab and your shoulder's fine again. Where your back, most people, once it gets to a point, you can't push through the pain. So the question is, how do you rehab it to get away from the thing that's causing the pain?
Right.
The ablation is the thing because the nerve endings will grow back, but it gives you a year and a half, maybe.
Okay.
So that you can function without the pain. And if you do the rehab during that time, then the thing that's causing the pain will no longer be there.
That makes sense. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And what's weird is like before I had that episode last week, I, for some reason, like I couldn't put my left foot out like all the way out, stretch it out and like lift it up without having some pain. There was like a barrier there. And essentially that was kind of a precursor to what it was essentially getting ready to happen. And like I said, it wasn't until maybe yesterday or day before yesterday where I was able to just walk and, not feel anything, like just feel normal. I was like, oh, because I was slightly getting worried because I was getting down to the last little bit of medicine. And I was like, man, if this pain don't go away, we're going to have some problems.
Okay, so aside from the medication, what did they tell you to do for your?
So 2 things, 2 stretches. One was bringing my knee up as much as possible because it's kind of part of your piriformis, which is pretty much like in your butt and your piriformis muscle and your sciatic nerve run almost along each other. And so they said, keep it up like this for 5 Mississippis. And then the other thing was to kind of sit or like pull it up, like pull my leg up like this, kind of like you're doing that dance move.
Hey, don't hurt yourself now.
Yeah, right. But yeah, also do that. And then I found like a whole host of other other stretches to do, which I'm definitely going to do before going to bed and waking up in the morning.
They didn't give you a resistance band or anything like that?
No.
Yeah, those are good too. Those are real good.
Negativo, my friend. Negativo.
Gotta keep them on deck.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I might have to get some.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like
my PT's tomorrow.
They
look like something I can make a slingshot out of.
A slingshot?
Yeah.
You're dating us, sir.
Not gonna fall for it. Not gonna fall for it. But yeah, no, glad you're doing the stretching. Stretching is very important. If you're not stretching on a regular basis and you're listening to us, figure out which stretches will work for your back and your lower. Also, what did you fix your like home office setup, like the ergonomics of it? Because most people
that's the other aspect of it. my office is pretty much set up as, oh, I'm just going to come home after work, do a little bit of something like an hour's worth, and then pretty much be done. Not necessarily set up truly to work from home. So like my chair, this chair I've had for maybe 2 or 3 years now, is pretty worn. Really wasn't meant for long-term use. So that's one thing I need to switch out. So in my Amazon cart, I do have a few chairs that I'm looking at. And then also I'm looking at a frame to kind of put under my work side of the desk, because I have like an L-shaped desk, to kind of do sit stand. So that way I'm not always sitting down anymore.
Yeah, some about that, the chair ergonomics of the dip in your sit and where your eyes or where your screen is relative to your eye height, where your
I don't even
are relative to your shoulders. All of that matters a whole heck of a lot more than people will lead you to believe.
Yeah, the same with like your wallet. Like I don't even carry like the old school. I don't carry the old school wallets anymore, because I used to keep it in my hip, and I noticed
you're
that
in balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got to a point to where I was like, yeah, no, I'm not carrying my wallet in my back pocket anymore. So I got one of these and I carry it in my front pocket.
Nice.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. No, you gotta take care of that. You gotta be very specific about those things, or else.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm getting old. Thanks a lot, guys.
Well, unfortunately, I think fortunately, I mean, because the alternative is to not get any older at all.
True. I was happy being young. I used to just hop on the basketball court without stretching and just be like, all right, cool, it's whatever. Now I'm like on the sideline. I got like a 30-minute warm up for a 10-minute game.
Are you gonna say it or I'm gonna say it, Jason? You gonna say it or am I gonna say it?
You're getting old. Don't do it, Steve. Don't do it.
I can't.
What's going on, nephew?
Wave, say hi.
Nephew.
Hi.
Hey.
Oh, he's so precious.
He got a haircut.
Yeah, he
did. He sure did.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, he got a haircut. I had to go. It was getting a little unruly.
I have his haircut.
Yes, you have a haircut.
But yeah, man. So yeah, glad to know that you're back on your feet.
Oh, absolutely. I'm happy to be back on my feet, because laying on the couch for 10 hours, 10, 11 hours a day, hoping this medicine, takes, like, the pain was parts of the pain was gone, but the nerve pain that I was getting was absolutely horrible. And that's the part that I was like, look, I just want that to go. And then sometimes he didn't want to leave.
Hey, that man said I'm on camera, man. Can I get a word in edgewise?
Right.
Give me a headset.
But also, like, standing up, like, I would feel like this almost not pain, like, in my lower legs, and it would come in waves. And even sleeping, pretty much once you find a good position, you're like, I'm not moving.
And they didn't give you anything extra to sleep at night?
No, because the meloxicam I took twice a day, which was interesting because when I first got it, it was like 11 o'clock. So I took it 11 a.m. and then I would take it again at 11 p.m. pretty much right before going to sleep.
Right.
And then I pretty much stayed on that schedule the entire time.
And it didn't make you sleepy?
Nope. It was only like 10. It was only like 10 milligrams. It wasn't like
okay. It wasn't heavy.
Yeah,
I got some 50. If you never mind.
Really, 50, huh?
He does. Matter of fact, nope. You told me you ran out. All right.
That's right.
Moving on. Yeah. So the election is happening, and there are updates. Okay. So if you have an iPhone, you can go into Apple News, and there's a button you can click. It will put the election results in your island. Like, it'll put it right in your island, and then you can see the most recent information there. It's too early to call. There are a lot of states doing a lot of work right now because the number of people that have been voting is ridiculous. Like, it's great that so many people have been voting. It's just going to take a little bit longer than normal to get these votes cast. I'm looking at Georgia and Pennsylvania. I completely believe she's going to win Pennsylvania. She being Vice President Harris. I also believe she's going to.
I mean, she could be Trump too, the way he acts like a female.
Please, since you have the shovel in your hand, please explain. Please explain.
I'm just saying, he's already set the groundwork for, the only way I can lose this election is if it's stolen from me. I'm like, whatever, dude. Like, are you serious? Right. Maybe just people just don't want to vote for you. Either way, it just happens,
So are you saying that he's what are you saying that he is like a female? I want to know. I would like to know. We'll blame it on the Malak scam. Go ahead.
We'll put it more like this. He's crying like a 3-year-old.
That's so much better. It's so much better of analogy because okay. So since we haven't been here for like 2 weeks,
it's not like he whining like a little.
Right.
Can we go back and talk about some of the crazier things that we've heard of the last couple of weeks, last 2 weeks, since we saw each other, that the Trump campaign has allowed to air? Well, like, okay, when they were in the rally in Madison Square Garden and they called Puerto Rico trash, a garbage island.
Oh my God. Yes. I was like, can you say that? Like, is that even possible to say? Are you allowed to say it?
Puerto Rico.
I was appalled.
It's a U.S. territory. And you can't. And here's the thing. All indications were that the Trump campaign actually vetted the copy that the comic used because they said there were certain things that he can't say.
Oh, he said it.
But they looked at that Puerto Rico joke and they was like, nah, we're good because it was on the teleprompter. I was like,
they let that fly.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that was like borderline. You might as well have said the N-word. Like, for real, you might as well have just said it.
I just knew that Florida was going to be up for grabs after he said that. It's not up for grabs. Trump's predicted to win Florida, but that was still bad because Puerto Ricans are Americans, and it's bigoted and it's racist.
Oh yeah.
And they looked at that and they said, "Oh, we're fine." You know what I mean? Like it's emblematic of.
But that's the Trump effect.
What is the Trump effect?
Any other candidate running any other campaign would not have allowed that, or would not have done that. That was
would not have done that. Yeah, would not have allowed that. Yeah, I mean, I could go there with you on both of those. The only problem with that is everybody in Trump's camp was like, "Oh no, it's fine. It's fine." Like they didn't even want to address it when I asked about it. I'm like, "Yo, you gotta clean that up." Like, "Oh, there's nothing clean up. It was just a joke."
But then also, like, Trump is not the cleanup guy. Like he says things and then allows his lackeys to clean it up, or say, "Oh, that's not what he meant." It's like, no, that's what he said.
Right.
Like he meant what he said. Like, no. You're not gonna backtrack for him. If he's gonna backtrack, let him backtrack it. If he doesn't backtrack it, he said he meant that.
You heard when he said he's going to replace income taxes with tariffs,
which is the dumbest thing ever. And everybody and remember, I think that it was that video I sent you. And dude was like, "Yeah, he's gonna replace it with tariffs and blah blah blah." And a guy was like, "Well, you do realize if he replaces everything with tariffs, your cost of goods is gonna go up." And he's like, "Yeah, but I'm just gonna pass it on to the consumer." Oh, I was like, "Yes, idiot. That's exactly what happens."
Do you know how much an iPhone would be if Trump gets to do what he says?
It'd probably be like what they said that they're gonna
impose. It'd be like $9,000. It'd be $9,000.
Yeah, because they have like a 200% tariff or something along those lines. You know what? I don't want to be wrong because I don't want some Trumpers to come up here.
Okay, Dominic, don't even waste your time. Anybody that would like to tell you that you're wrong is missing the point.
Sure.
It's missing the entire point of the entire conversation. The conversation is centered around the fact that the mere idea of that is ludicrous. Number one, you can't unilaterally just kill income taxes. And even if you did, you can't replace them with tariffs. And even if you did, we would never see tomorrow because we would be in a depression that would be so deep that people would be jumping off of buildings, both high and low, because they couldn't tell the difference.
Well, and then on top of that, like, okay, you replace everything with tariffs, but then what happens to the value of our dollar possibly?
Okay, so I heard someone try to explain this about how,
Already?
the problem with Trump is that you walk into a room with him and without a doubt that he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Absolutely.
Like there are guys that are politicians, there are guys that have been in government, there are people that have guys, men and women that have served the country and that
In some
know
way, shape, or form,
government,
yep.
that know the government well. But you listen to Trump say anything about governing, anything other than attack ads, he doesn't know what the flip he's talking about ever. And it's astounding to me. Who was it? A black podcaster. He was a part of TMZ. He has a very good quote around how Trump he's the emblem of privilege, right? And it's like, even if we don't agree, at least pick someone that's competent. Like,
Exactly.
at least pick someone that knows how government works. At least pick someone, even if they don't agree, even if you don't agree with their policies, that is there to make sure that has a reverence for the fact that America as a country would have to continue, but it will only continue in certain ways. Like you have to you got to choose,
Yeah.
right? And it's, I don't know, it's disheartening that we're this close to having this man who clearly has said that if he becomes president, that the experiment that is democracy in America is going to end, is this close to becoming president again.
Right.
Like
I mean, he's already said we covered this a while ago, like some Christian rally. He was like, if you vote for me this one last time, you'll never have to vote again. Like, why would you even word that like that? That doesn't make that mean to me, that sounds like in some way, shape, or form, you're going to do away with our election process.
Did he just get North Carolina?
It's early. It's still early. Like, all of this is early.
You seen how
I mean, it's a lot of states that's red. But
okay,
it's all early.
So Stein, the
Josh Stein?
Josh Stein, not Jill Stein, yes, has beaten Mark Robinson, which gives us hope, but it's still really, really close. Just like Georgia is really, really close, or at least it's really, really close now.
Yeah, even Virginia is really close right now. What, 49% reporting, 49.2% versus 48.9%. That's pretty close.
I mean, truthfully though, it is only 9:00 on the East Coast, and we generally don't know who won until about 11:30 on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
and that's assuming nothing has to be retabulated, recounted, or a bag of mail-in ballots just came in or something.
Well, when you start talking about it, you heard what happened in Georgia, right? There were bomb threats that were deemed uncredible, but they closed down voting centers in the metro Atlanta areas.
Oh, we got another poll is coming that just closed.
Michigan, too early to call. Yeah, don't worry about the polls closing.
I like to bring it in. And
I want to know how close Texas was for going Trump. That's what I want to know. Let me see if I can find that while we're here. So I was hoping that it would be close enough to make a difference.
But I mean, that's just a projection, though. Like,
yeah, but here's the thing about projections. You know how they work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's enough to just say, yeah, you can't come back from this.
Yeah, like the percentages of likely voters versus registered voters versus votes that have already been tabulated and the percentages thereof.
Mm-hmm.
Balanced with the counties of the likely voters and their registrations, take all that into account, and they go, there are not enough Democrat voters in heavily Democratic counties to overcome the percentages of completely voted people that have voted already for Trump. That's how that goes, or for any candidate.
Yeah. Well, Steve, do you have a tab that you can put in here that's like because I know I've got the YouTube TV running. But do you have something that we can put in here that we can switch back and forth to?
To see like what kind of tab?
I don't
I
know.
mean,
Let's do the states.
you just want to do the states tab, okay? Or
Yeah,
the states tab. Okay, let me see
yeah.
if
Like
270 is updating on. Okay, so these are. Here we go. I'll put it in the chat first. Right. So I generally follow like CNN and then 270 to win, right? Because you got two differing. Okay, so that Georgia was 66%. That's slightly concerning. But it's only slightly concerning because I don't know what counties have already been tabulated, right? CNN will zoom in just a minute, hopefully.
mhm.
Oh no, kind of wanted to have Virginia. I mean, you can win
Yeah.
it without Virginia. Kind of wanted to have Virginia though. 13,000. We need to see the counties. Like you really have no idea until you start zooming into the counties.
Right.
I'll be really honest with you. Like,
What's always interesting to me is the blue dot. That one little speck in Nebraska.
okay, we don't know yet. It's going to be a while. I was going to say, do we know if she won Iowa yet? Because there was a big tale coming out of Iowa that it was a possibility that she would win Iowa, and many people were saying that if she has the possibility of winning Iowa, she has the possibility of winning a whole bunch of other places as well.
Iowa showing mostly Trump.
Oh yeah, no. But the question is she close? Like, is she within like 3 percentage points? Right?
No.
I've got like it's like
5%.
30%.
30% now with how much? With how many? What percentage of the vote?
Right. What's weird is I don't know. There's one site from the AP. Well, I'm using the AP News is 0% counted, which is I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah. So yeah, not worry about that.
It's like 0.9% of one county, 0.1% of another county.
Yeah, North Carolina's getting to the point. Oh, they do have it. So on CNN.com, if you zoom in, you can look at the counties, right? Example, right? Trump's up by 118,000 votes, but only 6% of Mecklenburg County is in. That is concerning, though. Like that.
Yeah, Steve, see if you can present that tab with CNN.
Okay, you're about to ask me to do something very technical.
Yes,
clearly.
Yes, we're committed to bringing,
Bro!
I was surprised he
stepping
asked
up.
you and not me.
Well, he was already on it. We're trying we're stepping up our quality here. All right, guys.
Okay, which screen do I want to share? Let's see. Chrome tab. We're gonna share that one. Boom. There we go.
There
see
you
it?
go.
There you go. Okay.
Now
All
everybody
right.
can see it.
All right. So for people that like to get down in the weeds, right? You got the percentage of votes, right? 41% of votes, and then you've got all of these counties, and in here it will tell you the percentage of estimated votes. Like, so they take the total number of registered voters, and then they take from that the number of people that they think are going to vote from those registered voters, and then they have an estimated amount of people that are going to vote. And then from the amount of votes that have already been tabulated that go into the numbers that you see, they take that number, put that on top of the total number of votes that they think are going to actually vote, and then they give you an estimated percent of the vote, which is why in Mecklenburg County, you only have like, I don't know, what's that, 33,000 votes in, right? That's only 6% of the vote, which means there are a whole lot more votes coming out of Mecklenburg County. And as you can see, it's heavily Kamala Harris County, right? So even 110,000 votes, it's a lot, but it ain't really a lot. Now, one of the things that is to be concerning is the fact that Wake County is at 76%, and Trump's still up by 118,000. So you can't count on a whole lot more coming from Wake County. You got Durham County. Well, that's good. Durham County, 5%, right? That's going to be heavily Democrat leaning. So it's possible, right? Because there are not too many large city strongholds waiting for Trump votes, waiting to bring forth Trump votes. Even Fayetteville's Cumberland is 0%.
Yeah, it's 0%. It's only hundreds of votes.
Yeah. So, there's a chance Cumberland, I would think probably
it should be blue.
Skews more red. No, I think it skews more red. It's a lot of military people live in Cumberland.
Yeah, you're right.
Cumberland County. So it's a possibility. It could be red or purple, right? But still, it ain't. I don't believe it's completely blue. So when you take the 3 largest cities, right, and the 3 largest counties, right, even someplace like New Hanover County, 5% in, but you still got New Hanover County, you still got Wake County, you still got Mecklenburg County. You still got all these very large population centers that can help with the vote. 100,000 votes is still a lot of votes, but it's going to be a long night for North Carolina as it is. So, or at least to find out who's going to win North Carolina. That is what it is. And you can do this, CNN.com. If you just zoom in, it'll show you what your counties look like if you're into that kind of thing. I'm definitely into that kind of thing. So, matter of fact, while we're here, let's look at Georgia. Okay, so this
talk to us, Steve. What's going on?
I'm doing my whole magic wall thing. All right, so the largest counties in Georgia, of course, are around Metro Atlanta, right? So you got DeKalb County, you got Fulton, you got Henry, you got Clayton, you got Gwinnett. All of those are important, right? Gwinnett, 16%. Henry, 1%. I'm sorry, where's Henry at? Yeah, Henry, 1%. Clayton, 82%. Fulton, 72%. That's a little bit concerning. You got 240,000 votes to make up. And here's the other thing that we don't know. We don't know the order in which they counted these votes, right? Some states have already tabulated their early voting. And as soon as the polls close, they put those first in the numbers.
Right.
And then as the other votes for the day of are tabulated, they put those in the numbers. And as the mail-in ballots are tabulated, they put in those numbers. Some people do it in different orders. So you could see a large spike in votes come at any particular point in time, depending upon how the county itself is tabulating votes and reporting votes, right? So, which is why when they say it's a long night or it's too close to call or it's too early to call, that's why, right? Because every state doesn't do it the same and every county doesn't do it the same.
He just won Ohio.
He just won. God almighty.
Yeah, he won Ohio.
I was hoping she could steal Ohio.
It's part of the blue wall, man. We need that.
I was hoping she could steal Ohio.
Well, so the question becomes, does she need, I know Pennsylvania is definitely a big one that she needs.
Gotta have Pennsylvania.
Kind of regardless, but it's like, but I think if she would have won the blue wall outside of Pennsylvania, she wouldn't necessarily need it. It would be nice to have though. Hey, Delaware. They're projecting she's got Delaware.
Well, she needs North Carolina.
She should have Delaware. Yeah. If she's not getting Georgia, she needs North Carolina. We need North Carolina. If she doesn't get Wisconsin and Minnesota, and she doesn't get North Carolina, that's the ball game.
That's it.
That's ball game. Got it. At this point, I'm assuming that she gets Pennsylvania, right? Since Ohio's off the board, North Carolina, I'm assuming that she gets that. I'm assuming she gets Wisconsin, and Minnesota, right? If that can happen, then it'll be close, but she's gonna win with a convincing margin.
Hey Jason,
but anything short of that,
can you bring up this link that I just put in the chat and present that, please, sir?
Absolutely.
And essentially, what I sent is the the electoral votes each state gets. Issa.
Yeah.
So we can kind of show the people why certain states become important.
No. Oh.
Look, so I've been looking at this like bracket busters kind of sort of. I made my own map, and so I feel like this is the only way for me to smile through this and not be what's what I'm looking for here. Stressed out. It's because I'm looking at these states and I'm going, oh man, it feels like the Final Four where
Oh yeah,
your team loses. Yeah.
Hey, Jason.
My teams. Yeah.
But yeah, so while Jason's pulling that up, Dominic, I do need to ask you: Can you
Yes, sir.
please weigh in on Tesla robots? I need you to weigh in because you're our resident Tesla fanboy.
Fanboy. That's it's a bit strong, sir.
Wait a minute. Before we go any further, do you not
Excuse
own
me.
2 Tesla vehicles?
Correct, I do.
And are you not considering getting another one?
No. It would be swapped with one.
I didn't.
So-
No. I didn't say a third one. I said another one.
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure that your bona fides were out there for everybody to see. Go on.
So as far as like robots, what do you mean? In what way?
Are you going to have a Tesla robot in your home?
No.
Why not?
No. You can have the outside data of my house. You cannot have the inside data of my house. Granted, my Wi-Fi probably maps my house, but you have to do some work to kind of extrapolate that. But also aside from the price being $20,000 to $30,000, no. I think the times of which we have like robots do like certain things in our homes is a bit off. It's a while off. I would be surprised if it happens by 2030.
So that was a very well thought out answer. Jason, are you going to have a Tesla robot in your home?
You serious?
Of course.
Steven. with my good voice. There's been so many movies as to why we should not trust robots.
It's true.
You think me I let one in my house? How many different Terminator movies we had to go through?
Jason,
How many different iRobots we had to go through?
Jason,
You
Dominique's,
think I'm gonna lay my head down knowing there's an android walking around my house? No.
Jason, Dominique's over here giving this answer, right? And he sounds, it's well thought out. It's an educated answer. And all I'm thinking is, I've seen iRobot like 12 times.
No.
No.
There's
I mean,
no
but
other-
and then on top of that, there's no there's no light showing me the facial expression on the thing. Like
you're not even in control of the robot.
Absolutely
not. So what you're saying is, if you can see facial expressions, you consider it?
No.
If he look like he gonna kill me, he might kill me. Like,
right. Like, and then on top of that, I mean, okay, like here's a well-regarded, well, not even well-regarded. I don't think people understand. Tesla knows your location, where you're driving to, what you're looking at, if you're picking your nose, if you're singing karaoke, all of that.
Wait a minute. Hey, time out real quick before we go. Kamala Harris is currently beating Trump in Cabarrus County, percentage-wise.
That's crazy.
24% in, but of the votes that they've tabulated, it's like 49 to 40. Okay. If you don't know, Cabarrus County is a very Caucasian, old school county, right? Like my father tells stories of how he knows that one of his friends got lynched in Cabarrus County, right? My father, not my grandfather, my father, right? So just to let you know what Cabarrus County is on, and the fact that from the number of votes that have been tabulated, she's neck and neck with him in Cabarrus County. That's crazy. Now, I don't know if that means anything. I just know that I never would have guessed that. That's nowhere on anybody's bingo card. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, no, not at all.
No.
All right.
But yeah, no. But back to the robot.
Yeah, no. That's a no for me, dog.
Really?
Yeah, that's a no.
Now I must admit, I thought you would have been all gun ho for the robot.
No, because I mean, I have a perfectly good 13-year-old upstairs.
Wow.
Wouldn't I stay 13 forever?
You're right.
Labor. Okay.
Not gonna be 13.
That's the reason for it.
But,
like, I don't need a robot. I have a slave. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
But no, it's just I don't know. That's just that's a different level of privacy gone. Essentially, like I don't know.
You mean level of privacy? Come on, man.
No,
are we really talking about privacy as the reason and not danger?
I don't mind having the jobs that a robot would do be split up between different devices, like my robot vacuum cleaner, which maps my house. Okay, sure, yes, absolutely, but it's not watching me. It's not sending data back, of what I'm doing exactly at this moment back to some server. Back to some server where they can analyze it. Like, it's just a no for me. Like, I love tech, but that's just
you're a tech guy.
That doesn't mean anything. Honestly, most tech guys, they are.
We don't want tech.
Exactly.
No. I'm not saying no. That's not where I was going. I was going to say you're a tech guy. So the reasoning behind you not wanting one being privacy. How many devices you got in your house again?
70.
How many? Huh?
Excuse me.
70 something.
70, and they're all Wi-Fi capable devices.
Yep.
So what you're saying is, at any particular point in time, if anybody wanted to like map out a raid of your house, they could like do it because all of your devices let them know where everybody is at any particular point in time.
Essentially, yes, you're right. But the other thing is, I do have a very good firewall that I'm vetting that.
I'm sorry. You were serious.
So I can see the communication that's going back and forth. And yes, for some of the stuff that's going back to AWS, unfortunately, I can't necessarily extrapolate out. But okay, I would understand that is something that needs to happen as long as the IP group is within a certain range. Sure. That means it's probably that company that's just trying to get the data back for God knows whatever reason. But yes, no, I'm not. No, they cannot. Elon cannot. He cannot put Optimus in my house. I don't even know where I would charge the thing. Like, how creepy would it be? You come downstairs.
You wouldn't need to. It would charge itself. It'd go stand out in the sun.
Exactly. No, it wouldn't. There's like it's like a coat hanger hook thing that you have to install on your wall, and it slides its back on it and just sits there.
Like a Borg robot?
Yes.
No.
Okay, this conversation is over.
No, not happening.
No, I'm not. Again, I'm not going to bed and waking up with somebody just standing right over.
It's just bed. Looking over you. Yeah, exactly.
It's not happening.
Like, there's no way I'm gonna put a device in my house where if Elon said execute order 66, it happened. No, you're not gonna order 66. Order 66 me. No,
you gonna get order 66.
Listen.
2 barrels.
When Israel blew up them beepers. And it was
crazy.
at that moment that I realized we have no control. Like, we can talk about it if we want to. When they blew up them beep, okay, for those of you that don't know.
That was crazy.
Israel put C4 in beepers for Hamas. Well, let me not say for Hamas. For Palestinian peoples that they wanted to target to kill. And then at the same time, they turned all the beepers on. And boom, and like, many of them died, and many civilians died as well. Like the fact that it's not the running news story even now is still crazy, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, imagine if you had a restaurant and like 8 people in your restaurant just get their hips blown off. Like that happened recently.
Like, imagine how long Hamas was sitting on that weapon itself. Just like, because I mean, all those people had to get new beepers, or they had to sign up for beepers for like whatever.
Okay,
And
so
how long were they waiting to do that?
clearly they change out beepers fairly frequently, right? And Israel figured out like their life cycle and got them beepers with C4 in it or whatever the explosive was. And they just picked the right time to blow people up.
And I mean, look at our shopping habits, like iPhones. Imagine if they wanted to put the C4 on the iPhones and then just randomly blow them up in the US.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we don't have any. You might as well have a Tesla robot. I mean, at least he could carry your couch up and down the stairs. But I'm not having one. I was just saying, might as well.
How often you swapping out couches?
Jason, I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to give you any indication of what I do on my couches.
All right, Vance.
Moving on.
Hey, is it me or does JD Vance actually wear eyeliner?
JD Vance wears eyeliner. Trump has 3-inch lifts. Yes, all of that.
Like
all of it.
It's like the drag queen coalition.
As much as he talks about drag queens, he looks like he would fit right in.
Like you look at him, you're like, bro, are you wearing eyeliner
and mascara? That man looks like someone started to beat his face and was like, no, we're gonna stop now. You know what I mean? Like,
now, okay, I will say this: the thing that irks me about JD Vance as a candidate
is that he breathes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, that too. Wow. But just the fact that
because breathing allows him to talk, not that he's alive. He allows him to talk.
He is such a liar. He is full of such horse garbage. Like you were just bashing Trump like a year or two ago before you were made the VP. But and then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, Trump didn't mean that. He's trying to be the best guy, blah. I was like, what? What are you saying right now? Like, I hate politics for this reason right here. Like, you guys were just beefing, and then all of a sudden he makes you VP. You're like, oh, Trump can do no wrong. He's a great guy. I don't understand that. Like,
because the man is kind of ensuring his meal ticket.
True.
So if you that type of person where you need the job, you want the check, you chasing the bag, as we would say. He doing what he got to do to chase the bag.
Yeah, he doing more than that to chase the bag.
Definitely. Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Like, bro. But then also the weird thing is, like, for JD to have she's like a Middle Eastern wife.
Mm-hmm. That don't matter. That don't count. You know that.
Clearly. Yeah, and
I mean, clearly,
and mixed kids.
His wife lets him say whatever he wants, so that
absolutely
it doesn't matter. Okay, is it going to be Savannah that saves us? Jesus, I'm looking at these Georgia numbers, and
there you go.
I maybe I was wrong. Okay, Gwinnett County, 16% in. That will help, but we're 200,000 down. Fulton is 78% in. I don't like that. DeKalb, 64% in. I do not like that either. Freaking Fulton, 78% in. I don't like that.
Why?
Hobbs, 78%. You want to know? Because that needs to be, if we're down 200,000 votes, and Gwinnett is the only county in the, wow, did I mean to do that? I did not. And Gwinnett's the only county in the area that's at 16%, then we have a problem. We have a big problem.
Okay.
Like, we have a problem because there's not enough votes to catch up to the 200,000 over here that he's ahead.
Gotcha.
That is a problem. Granted, Savannah is at 6%. But all
right. Who are the people that voted for Chase Oliver and Jill Stein?
He just won Nebraska.
Okay, here's the thing. We don't care about any of the Midwest. Don't care at all. They're gonna go Trump.
It still counts towards the 270.
Yeah, but he went. Vice President Harris wasn't gonna win that anyway. I'm looking at Kansas now. She might win Kansas, but like the other, okay. Ooh, she might win Colorado. 25% in.
Is that traditionally red?
Yeah.
I didn't have that. I didn't have Colorado as hers. At least not this time.
There's only 25% though.
Well, Colorado is 10. It gets us 10 electoral votes.
Let me hold on. Let me get my map. Let me get my map.
It's in the private chat.
No. My I've got a. I told you I did it like.
Oh, your special map. Got you.
Oh, you trying to be funny? Ha 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 ha.
But yeah,
go ahead.
The reason why a lot of this is important. Illinois gets us 19 electoral votes. Michigan 15. Ohio 17. Indiana 11. Pennsylvania 19. New York 28. Jersey 14. Virginia 13. It's basically all the mid level, because California gives us 54, Texas 40, Florida is 30, and Texas and Florida we know for sure are usually red. So okay,
all right, let's play the game. We're playing the game, right? If you're looking on the screen, we're playing the game. Gotta have Pennsylvania.
I want Boardwalk Place or Park Place. Yeah,
gotta have Michigan. Gotta have Wisconsin, right? We need Arizona as well, right? This is red. That's red. We can get this, if we can get.
What is that? 258.
Yeah. Okay. You see this? You see this map as it is? Let's make that red, and that's red too. All right. Not red. Blue. Blue. All right. So you see how this map looks? Cat almighty, I hate when I have to do this all over again. All right, 281 to 257, right? That's Illinois has already been called. Michigan is going to be hers. Wisconsin is going to be hers.
Mm-hmm.
If she loses Minnesota, it's very, very close. Too close to call. See that?
Talk about a nail biter.
If she loses Minnesota,
just like that Tampa Bay and Chiefs game last night.
You said what?
Just like that Tampa Bay and Chiefs game last night.
This is the fear. If she loses Minnesota and Pennsylvania, or if she gets Minnesota and loses Arizona and Pennsylvania. See that? That's the fear. And that's assuming that she gets Kansas, New Mexico, and Colorado. Which is why North Carolina is so important.
Let's say she gets North Carolina, then what does that look like?
Yeah, that's right there. Even if she wins North Carolina, you don't get Pennsylvania. You don't get Pennsylvania.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. You want to see something even scarier?
Please, it can't be. No, I thought you were gonna pull up a picture of Jason Tatum's jump shot. My bad.
Okay, since we're here, Jason Tatum has been going off. Have you seen him ball? That boy is balling like he got something to prove. Oh, Dominique is steaming on the inside.
It's the beginning of the season.
Talk though.
Huh? If this is your first podcast, yeah, talk your stuff, man. Go ahead.
I mean, it's early in the season. He didn't really get to play for the. He was a bench warmer for the Olympic team, so he's trying to prove him wrong. It's fine. It's fine.
For those of you that don't know, Dominique is steaming inside, like with the fire of 1,000 suns. He's so upset right now that he cannot pour haterade on what's going on. He's hiding it well, but trust me, at some particular point before we get off, the haterade is going to come out. It's going to come out.
I'll put it like this: he's playing all right basketball. It's not as good as I would hope for him, but it's all right.
Oh, look, okay. Let me ask y'all this. While we're waiting on more results to come in, because I've been trying to ask y'all this for 3 weeks. What song do you hate that everyone loves? If you need a minute, that's okay. I'll start. I hate All My Life by Casey and JoJo. I hate that song. I hate that song. You ever listen to the words? Have you ever listened to the words? Have you ever listened to the words? I'll wait. Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If they could sing the entire song with just the chorus, it would be a favorite song of mine.
All My Life. Now
but if I have to listen to those verses, I promise you, somebody pass me a sharp number 2 pencil and my ears, we're gonna have a fight. But that's just me. Everybody's got one. Everybody's got one. So what song do you hate that everybody else loves?
That's weird because whatever it is, I don't listen to it like that. So I don't know.
Dominique, I assume for you it had to be something by LMA since that's Jason Tatum's baby's mother.
Actually, she just came out with a song that dropped like yesterday. And I was just like, no.
It sucks. It sucks.
It's
What do you mean it sucks? She's having Jason Tatum instead. It sucks. Has to suck.
And I think he was in the music video too. And I was like, oh yeah, that's horrible. That never
they got
time.
They got 3 tattoos. The number 3 tattoo behind their left ear. Yeah. Would you ever get your wife's name tattooed on your body?
I think so. Pretty sure I would.
We got one, I think so. And one, see what had happened was.
Nah, I know what happened was is why I gotta get it tatted.
I was just asking.
That's the
I'm
other
not
thing
a tattoo
too.
guy.
Like and my wife, she's already said she would, like, she'd get my name tatted. I'm just like, oh, okay. But she has like, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them. So I'm like, okay. I don't have any. I'm like,
you don't have any?
I don't have any either. I'm not a tat guy. I was never a tat guy. I wanted one tattoo in my entire life, right? When I was 19, and me and my man Angus, we was in college, and I was skinny like he is now. I was like cut. Right? And so we was gonna get tattoos, and then we decided not to get. But I was gonna get, remember when Cisco had that dragon in that video on his chest?
Okay.
I was gonna get a lion because I ain't want no dragon on my chest. And I'm glad I did not get the lion on my chest. I'm so happy that I didn't. But that's the only time I was gonna get a tattoo. Only time. Not that I'm not casting dispersions. Just it wasn't a thing for me.
Yeah, I can't remember if there was anything that I would have gotten even younger. And I think that's part of the, not necessarily the issue, but that's part of the situation. I never found anything that I would want to put on me like that.
Look at your phone.
Oh, that's paradise right there.
Is that on your back?
Yeah.
Jason, you got the Caribbean. You take the Caribbean wherever you go?
Everywhere he goes.
Born and raised.
Listen, when I can't see the water, I just go to the mirror, take my shirt off, and turn around. For those of you who don't know, Jason just sent us a photo. He's got an amazing tat on his back. I'm not gonna show it to y'all, but just know wherever he goes, the Caribbean is with him. That man is committed. How long it take you to get that one?
1 session.
1 session?
1 session and a bottle.
And a bottle.
Okay, that makes sense now. makes sense now. It makes sense now. Oh my gosh. Hey, I got another question for y'all. Since while y'all are thinking about songs that you don't like,
Oh, I have mine, by the way.
what is it? I want to hear it.
Ja Rule.
Anything in particular, or just Ja Rule? Because I mean, if
Ja
you
Rule.
said just Ja Rule, I'm fine with it. I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
Anything Ja Rule. Anything Ja Rule. Mainly the if you name one, it'll probably be the first one you name.
The one with Ashanti?
Yes.
I mean, they're all with Ashanti, but I mean, you know.
Right.
I'm not a fan of hers either.
A fan of her. You know what? I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not.
I'm not a fan of her
You're not
music.
a fan of
I'm not a
hers.
fan of her music.
I'm roll with
Of
it.
her music.
I'm roll with it.
Yeah. No.
I mean, okay, I am gonna say it. There are two types of Ashanti fans. We all know that, right? You're a fan of her music, or you're a fan of Ashanti. Now, I can care less for her music, but I have been an Ashanti fan from time to time.
Never saw the hype of her. Now to circle back, I'm sorry, to circle back on the Casey and JoJo thing. I just read the lyrics. I now see what you mean.
Thank you. When they're singing it, it sounds so beautiful.
So he's singing it
And
to his
then
side
you go,
piece.
and then you go, what is this dude saying?
Right.
There was a joke, what is it, a skit from what's the dude's name? Reggie Coos, about that, especially. Where back in the 90s, they were just wild. They were just singing anything. And because they sounded good, you'd be like, okay, all right, cool.
Well, yes.
But for me, it's Soulja Boy.
Which one? Better not be Superman.
Kiss Me Through the Phone was like, it's like, what? No.
Kiss Me Through the Phone.
I don't remember that either, but okay, it sounds stupid. I'll rock with it.
Like, and also I have a personal beef with Soulja Boy because I feel like he ruined music. He made
How?
See, here we go. I think he empowered a lot of nonsense music, like these nonsense rappers,
as opposed to the ones today.
Like what? Like what?
No, he was the gateway to this.
He was not the gateway to this.
He is the gateway.
Oh my. Well, okay, explain. Please explain.
I don't know. It's just I don't like his music.
Okay,
for the most part.
Saying you don't like his music, okay, that's fine. I get it. It's Soulja Boy. He's polarizing. I only really like his one song. If you ain't Superman of that, okay. I don't know what you're talking about. But to say that he's the cause of all of this subpar music now, Soulja Boy made it possible for artists to make their money selling ringtones. What are you talking about?
That is true.
We talk about.
I'm okay with that. But the music that he actually put out was subpar.
In what way? In what way? No, wait. In what way?
It was just meh.
Exactly.
Like, outside of Superman, what else can you say?
I mean, the only reason why we give him a lot of credit is because he wrote a lot of other songs. But then to me, I'm like, so you wrote all those other good songs, but you kept the trash. Okay.
You want to know why? Because he sold those other good songs for more money than he would have if he had kept them.
He is a businessman. He is definitely a businessman.
True.
Like, no, I mean,
I just don't like his music.
I mean, how's it? My question is, how's it different than any of his contemporaries at that particular point? Like,
excuse me.
You know what I mean?
I mean, anybody that has like.
So you didn't like Lean With It, Rock With It? You ain't like none of that?
Whoa. That's different.
It wasn't. I said his contemporaries. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because it's the same genre of music.
Yeah.
No,
they were actually just talking about like it. You know what? We're not gonna. We're at an impasse.
Lean With It, Rock With It was nothing compared to Soulja.
I didn't say it was saying
like the quality of Lean With It, Rock With It in a club versus Crank That. Like that. Lean With It, Rock With It is way up here. Crank That is like, I don't have anything else to play, and I kind of want them to just do something. I'm just gonna play that.
No, for a minute. Crank That was. It's the reason why Crank That is on video games right now.
I would listen to Hurricane Chris before I would listen to Soldier Boy.
First of all, the fact that you mentioned Hurricane Chris, like that was a legitimate artist to mention in this group of men. Maybe Jason knows who he is. Maybe I'm just the old guy at this point. You said Hurricane Chris, and I was like,
he's from Louisiana. I figured you would have an idea. Oh.
They're like there's like one group of people from Louisiana that I acknowledge, and they're all no, it's boys. Yeah, either you're a hot boy or you're no limit. If you ain't one of them, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? As a rapper, please. That man said,
"All right,
Chris is from Louisiana.
Pennsylvania is doing pretty decent." Oh man, okay. She was winning. She's winning Pennsylvania right now, and it's decent.
Oh, 100,000 votes. Yeah, 32%. But yeah, 100,000 votes. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, still got 50% in Allegheny, ready to come in. Still got 37% in Lancaster. 4% in Chester. I mean, can I zoom in even more? Delaware County is at 18%. Yeah, she's gonna win Pennsylvania.
Have we come to the realization that this man might actually win the presidency again?
Oh, I always figured it was a possibility.
I'm afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm concerned in a way that I was not 24 hours ago.
I was slightly dreading this day, honestly, but it had to happen at some point. So,
well, okay. Can I start pointing fingers, or is this a judgment-free zone?
The judgment.
Because if it's not a judgment-free zone, I'm gonna start pointing fingers.
Nah, it's judgment-free zone, man.
Okay.
Who did it?
Well, what I will say, since this is a judgment-free zone, is clearly, a Black woman candidate is not as popular as some demographics of people would lead you to believe.
True.
That's true.
It's fair. Very fair assessment.
That is very true.
I mean, the last woman that ran for president, there was like, no. Absolutely.
Yeah, but for the life of me, you know what? I apologize. Let me tell you why I apologize. I apologize for putting faith in whiteness. I completely apologize. I apologize.
So what do you mean by you put faith in whiteness?
What's the largest demographic of people in the United States?
True.
Yeah. And
actually no.
They are the largest single demographic. Yes, they are the majority minority. Yes, but they're the largest single demographic.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
And so many of the elections, let me not even say all of the elections, even though we talk about the Black vote, the Black male vote, the Black woman vote, the Latino vote, even though we talk about all of those, the election gets decided by the middle of the road white person and in what direction they vote, right? Because there's so many more of them that are eligible and able to vote than any other demographic.
It's true.
That if that split don't come out right, it could be 90-10 Black people, Harris to Trump, 90-10 across the board in every state. And if the Caucasian demographic doesn't break the right way, it's not going to matter. And I thought clearly incorrectly that in some of these states, namely Georgia and North Carolina, right? And I thought Ohio might be a part of that cadre of groups of whiteness that thought that this was a time to vote in interests that were not just defined by things that benefited them, right? But I was wrong, right? Even particularly, let's say, white women, right? Because if more white women voted for Kamala Harris than white men, then that evens out, right? That kind of evens out as long as it's not like 70-30 or 80-20 white men for Harris. But that clearly that hasn't happened because in Georgia, it ain't happened. And we know in Georgia, it's probably 85-15 black people for Harris. Probably 85-15, right?
Right.
So what we're saying now is, much like when Hillary ran, white women are like, nope.
And leading up to it, that's the biggest, there is a lot of attention put on the white females.
Well, if reproductive health care is such a major issue that affects you and that it's in your interest to vote to maintain, then the question is, how come more women aren't voting for the person that has pledged to protect reproductive rights and freedom?
Because the man runs the household.
What the heck does that have to do with you in the voting booth?
You're right.
Nobody,
absolutely. No, you're right. Nobody knows.
Nobody can go in the voting booth with you. Nobody can tell you. Nobody can enforce telling you how to vote. Right?
Yeah.
So it's not like he going in there and he's pulling the lever for you.
Move over.
You making this decision. You making this decision on your own, of your own accord.
Right. Or she's just not. I'm just gonna make sure she doesn't go.
Oh, wait a minute. And while I'm here, let me talk about. Let me pause for a minute. I'm not even going to say hypercritical. Let me pause for a minute to talk to single issue Christian voters, right? They have no concept of biblical anything, but choose abortion as the reason to make your decision as to who to vote for. You have the right to vote for whoever you want to vote for whatever reason. I have a right to call it stupid.
Right.
These kingdom-focused people who, in their drive to be kingdom-focused, ignore the very principles around what kingdom focus actually is and choose a candidate that makes it impossible for your government to exude the principles of being kingdom-focused. I'm looking directly at them because each one of those votes matter. And each one of those confessions and conversations with groups of people that you are convincing that this is the acceptable Christian way to vote. That none of it lines up. None of it makes any sense. None of it is biblically based.
That's fair.
Like I'm sorry. I'm highly it makes me furious because people are so resolute and so wrong at the same time. Being resolute about a thing doesn't mean that you're right. And just because you don't know or don't have the depth of understanding of the topic that you've chosen to plant your hill on doesn't mean that it doesn't affect and harm people in ways that go specifically and directly counter to what you say you believe.
Right.
So anyhow.
No, I mean, you're 100% right. Like I don't know. The whole men choosing what women should do with their bodies is absolutely asinine to me because it's like, how are we, it's like somebody had to stand up in all that and say, how can I say that I'm going to repeal this when I don't have to deal with it like at all? Like that makes zero sense. That makes zero sense to me.
This is it's not a theocracy. This is a democracy. Let's start there. There.
But as any man that says, yeah, no, we're gonna put a ban on abortion, it's like you can do what? Like no.
Well, and none of them are willing to engage in an actual conversation around what the effects of that are. There's nobody that is pro-abortion. Let's be clear. Not even the people that have abortions are pro-abortion, right? They might be pro-abortion rights, but none of them are pro-abortion. Okay, let's start there.
Right.
Yes,
He just won Missouri.
this was your. I don't mind care.
Hey, every little bit.
We had that in the red column. You're good.
It's the race to 270. It
Yeah,
can't,
race to-
we can't.
I told you.
care.
I showed you the map. Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Nebraska,
Arkansas.
South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, Utah, all red. They've been red for months.
Before
You
voting.
don't even need to look at if you see a news alert and it says Montana, ignore it. Ignore it. It only has 4 electoral votes anyway, but ignore it. Now, if you see something that says Arizona, you want to pay attention to that one. But Montana, Utah,
Missouri has
Nebraska.
10.
But Missouri ain't going blue. It ain't never going blue. Ain't never going. No, it not possible. Not possible. Right? Just like Arkansas. Arkansas ain't been blue since Bill Clinton ran.
Facts.
And I don't see it going blue anytime soon. So don't even stress yourself out about that. Right? In any state, this is gonna sound really bad. Any state any state that's on the border of the Mississippi that is not Wisconsin or Illinois, it's red. Just count it. This is how it goes. No, just they don't have major urban cities, which means they don't have large populations of minorities, right? In a number that would balance out the whiteness of the state. Mm-hmm. So it's not like
so elegantly put.
Thank you. I tried.
I literally took what you just said and translated it in my head, and it was not that nice.
Now you ain't got enough niggas in the state.
Ain't no kinfolk over there.
But yeah, no. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You know what I mean? Like I don't. I saw what I saw Arkansas come up. Was it Arkansas or Indiana? I was like, it's Indiana. Indiana's the home of the Ku Klux Klan. It was never gonna be blue. Why are you even telling me? That's not even breaking news. Okay, not even breaking news. At least not for the presidential race. If you're talking about the Senate race in Indiana, okay, I might want to hear about that. But no, no, stop wasting my time. Stop wasting my time. Right? Yeah, it's kind of like telling me that she's won New York or California or Washington. Oregon might be a toss-up, but yeah, I don't. Why are you telling me that? Telling me what I don't know. Water's wet. Thank you very much. So anyhow,
well, here's a question for you guys. I got one for you.
Yeah.
If you could, where would your dream vacation be with your wife? Steve.
Hey, for y'all digging in, hey Jason, the stuff you told me to buy, we have a problem. We have problems. we have problems, house. We have problems, house.
Good problems, I hope.
Boy. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes, I mean, you ever had too much of a good thing? Like you eat too much ice cream and you be like, oh, my stomach hurt. That's about where I'm at. That's about where I am.
You don't take them both.
Oh, now you tell me. Now you tell me. Now you tell me. Now you tell me. That's stuff that you want to tell me before.
Right.
Not after.
Put the disclaimer ahead of it.
You took both?
Hey, you get these, but by the way, you don't take both, okay? Just don't do that.
I've been taking 3 pills a day. What are you talking about?
God.
You're mad. You're a madman.
Because the service size on one is 2 and the service size of the other one is 1. So I take 3 pills a day. I take them in the morning.
Jesus Christ.
No.
It's too late now.
Well, he's not dead, so all right.
Please.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing, Jason.
Boy, you're a madman. Just straight.
Is it hot in here?
Bro, you don't understand. You don't understand. Everybody be in the house be looking like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine."
No, I'm not okay.
Breaking out in sweat, ain't you?
All the time. I'm sweating right now. I'm sweating right now. It's 69 degrees in this house. I'm sweating right now.
If you're gonna take both of them, it's just once a day. That's it. That's it. It doesn't burn out your system that quickly for you to have to take it that many times.
Listen, man. Listen. You got that. Just for future reference, when you give somebody that recommendation, you got to tell them that up front, okay? Because I'm taking it every day. Because I'm taking them like they vitamins.
Yeah, but you only take it once a day. You don't 3 times a day.
Nah, he was.
No. Where is it at? Hold on.
He was in there. He was in there popping them like Skittles. He's like, man, yeah, you know what? This be good.
Hey, Dominic. Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself.
You just tell everyone what happened here today.
Oh, I'm about to make a name for myself.
No comment. No comment.
Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Wow. You was a madman.
I'll be like, we are the champions. I'll be like, yeah.
You trying to come off the top rope.
Right. Jumping off the dresser.
You don't understand. Red Bull gives you wings. Yep. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, let's discontinue the amount and just cut back to 1 of each per day.
Oh my gosh.
And you're good. You're good. Okay?
Okay, wow. I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Wow.
I will. Okay, what did I get? Okay, so all right. Sorry. While we're thinking about where we're going to take our wives on vacation, because I know exactly what I want. Well, I know what I wanted to do, but the sea moss, black seed oil, ashwagandha, ginger, and the Shellajat ashwagandha. Ginseng.
Yo, you know what? I'm going to open up the Fear the Hive 1155 affiliate shop,
bro.
Steve, and you'll be able to get it from the shop.
They both have ashwagandha in them.
Oh God!
Yes.
Jesus Christ!
And this never occurred to him. He was like, "Why would it?" Well, all right. He said get both of them. Must be all right. Should be okay.
Oh my gosh. Hey man, you know there's some places in the world they don't really care for deodorant. They like ingest like deodorant supplement. Like reduce the funk.
Yeah.
Interesting. I saw that like on TikTok or YouTube or something like that. And I was like, no, it did. And then I Googled it and I was like, oh, it's for real. So I think I'm gonna buy some on Friday. I'm gonna get them shipped on Friday. And
you're still going to put on deodorant though, right?
How about no more pills for a little bit, buddy? How about no more pills for a little bit? Let your body naturally work itself back down to what it used to be.
You don't want to go all in, you know, when deodorant supplements the first day out the gate, man. You know.
Yeah. Okay, so listen. So I'm trying to come off of antiperspirant, right? Because at my age, right, like I'm trying to reduce the things that like I'm trying to come off of high fructose corn syrup,
stuff that could possibly give you cancer later on down the road.
Thank you. So I'm trying to come off of antiperspirant, right? So I'm alternating. I use it's going to be a heavy activity day. I use antiperspirant. If it's not, I just use deodorant, right?
Gotcha.
Old Spice, by the way, got some good smelling deodorant. Oh my gosh, yes.
Was there a difference?
Yeah.
Yes, so antiperspirant has like aluminum or something in it.
One of the active ingredients to reduce the sweating, right? To reduce the moisture coming from underneath your arm is aluminum. One of the active ingredients, right?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like creates a film under your arm, right? Right. And so everybody says that not everybody, but most people would agree that aluminum is not the best for you per se,
Right.
but it's the best of keeping the funk
Right.
private and not public.
Yep.
So, you know, and I use Degree. I've been using Degree for 20 years. And I'm like, I wonder what my life would be like if I didn't use antiperspirant, right? But I can't not use it without a suitable alternative.
Have you tried
You know what I
Squatch?
mean? Okay, I saw Squatch. You know how much Squatch costs?
Oh, I know.
That's why I haven't tried Squatch yet.
I know.
Right. I need
So-
to. I literally need to see if.
What about every man Jack?
You can just so Old Spice works well. It works well. I haven't tried it on an extremely active day, but it works well enough. Like if I take my dog on a walk twice, and I'm out and about, like it does what it's supposed to do. Like I don't smell like I'm funky at all.
Mhm.
I smell like Old Spice, but I don't smell funky. And so that's why I use it. If I know I'm going to the gym, or if I know I'm running a mile, if I know I'm going to play basketball, I normally do antiperspirant. But I'm trying to get away from that. That's why I asked about the pills, because if I can do that, then I'd rather do that. You know what I mean?
Now, okay, so two things. Then is deodorant like a lighter version of antiperspirant?
Deodorant just masks the smell. That's all it does.
Right.
It's like it's like spraying a specific kind of cologne under your arms, right?
Mhm.
That's it. Antiperspirant literally is it, and a part of antiperspirant is to keep, especially for women, right? You see the Dove 48 hour. It's to keep the wet spots from under your arms.
Right.
But I don't care about that.
So like I use Right Guard Sports, for example.
Right guard sport. Is that antiperspirant?
I never even knew there was a difference between antiperspirant and deodorant.
Oh yeah, no. It is, there's certainly a difference. Trust me.
I used to use Brute, but they don't carry those anymore.
Oh yeah, Brute's an old one.
You roll on or spray on?
Spray.
And yeah,
I can't
spray
use
on.
roll on.
So they have deodorant and they have antiperspirant. They have both. So it really kind of depends on what your flavor is. Some people, like I know people that like, I don't ever wear antiperspirant. It's always just deodorant. So you know, as long whatever works for you, I'm down for it. I just know for me, I'm trying to, you know.
Right.
change it up.
No.
You know?
And some of the pills that you can take for your to reduce your natural funk, one of the major side effects is constipation, like severe constipation.
Oh, thank you for telling me. I need to
Yes.
do more research. I
Yes.
can't.
I don't
Exactly,
think-
Dominic. I'm not. That's not a trade that I'm willing to make.
Yeah,
That's not a trade that I'm willing to make.
It's not just regular constipation. It's like it's severe constipation.
That's like those commercials that you see for like the medicine and whatnot, and then they read to you the side effects. You're like, I'd rather just have whatever you're trying to cure.
Right.
Like, I'm
Right.
okay with it.
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm okay.
Pardon me. That's because they have chloroform in them. Chlorophyll.
Oh, I
Mm.
was gonna say chloroform. Oh, jeez.
So I would definitely advise you on not taking the anti-smelling pills.
Yeah, some of us like to stay regular, you know.
Yeah.
I am one of those people. So
we're okay with that.
Yeah. The last thing you want to do is be backed up.
yeah, no, we don't. Yeah, I can't. Mm-mm. All right, back to vacation.
Yeah. So where you taking her? Where you taking her?
Either Bali or the Maldives.
Okay.
Yeah, Maldives. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm along those lines too. Bora Bora, Maldives,
Bora Bora.
French Polynesia.
French Polynesia.
You know, somewhere where I get there, there's a giant mountain around the island. You know, not necessarily
not active.
Yeah, that's not active. The rooms on the water that if I decide to jump in the water, that because my thing is, you know, you guys know me, I got to be able to see through the water. If I can't see through the water, we got a problem. Now the other thing is I don't like swimming with fish either, so it's yeah, yeah.
Even if you can see the fish.
Even if I can see the fish, I don't like.
Then Bora Bora and the Maldives might not be for you then.
I just won't get in the water. It's fine. I'll just get in the pool. It's not a big deal.
Why go if you can't get in the?
Because I like the sea. Like for me, it's scenery that really just puts me into a relaxing mood.
So you need an OLED.
No. I actually need to go there. Even though I hear the rainstorms are
Nothing
but
to mess with.
yeah, I didn't want to be that cliche saying a Will Smith line, but sure, yes.
I'm glad you got it. I was like, nobody's gonna get this line. I'm so old. Nobody's gonna get this line.
First off, I had the Will Smith greatest hits I used to listen to on repeat. And actually, here's a twist. Here's the opposite to the question that you asked as far as a song that I hate and everybody loves. Here's a song that I love that everybody hates. It's actually Millennium.
Millennium's dope. That whole album's dope.
Millennium it's awesome.
It got lost in the fact that it was Y2K.
Yes.
Right. And it got lost because it was the follow-up to
Parents. It's not Parents just don't understand.
No.
No, Millennium had the Men in Black song, didn't it?
No, that was a completely separate.
It was a follow-up to Big Willie Style, which was an amazing album.
Yes.
Yeah, but it got lost. It got lost in. Also, that was 1999, so that was like the advent of like Jay-Z and
Cash Money.
So
yeah, Cash Money and Nas.
Yeah, so Will 2K is one of my favorite songs on there. That I played it one time, and my wife and her girlfriend was like, "I never heard this song." I was like, "How did you not hear this song?"
Song is dope. Song's dope. Song is dope.
I was very disheartened.
Not that many women listen to Will Smith though.
Not anymore. They used to though. They all used to. And Millennium had Wild Wild West on it. Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
I thought that was on. I thought it was on its own soundtrack.
It was on the Wild Wild West soundtrack, but the Wild Wild the song Wild Wild West was on there. Yeah. Back when they cross-contaminated songs and soundtracks. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm with you on the Millennium. The Will 2K, it's here and sorry, that's a horrible rendition.
And I always start to play it like close to January 1st.
Yeah, close to the end of the year. Try to recreate that feeling that you had.
Yeah, that thing was awesome. All right, let's check back in and see where we're at.
I don't like where we're at.
Oh.
So, yeah, so we're in a bit of a situation.
We're in a pickle, is what you're saying?
A dirty pickle. Yes, we're in a pickle. we're in a pickle. We're in a pickle. 130,000 votes in North Carolina with 69% of the vote in. Don't like that.
Don't like it.
And all of this means
what does it all mean, Dexter?
I can't. I need something to happen. Pennsylvania, we got it. This is so bad, man. Gosh.
Gee willikers.
He's up by 65,000 votes in Pennsylvania right now with 48% reporting, right? We got to have Pennsylvania, got to have Michigan, got to have Wisconsin, got to have Minnesota, right? Minnesota's way too early to call. Wisconsin still is way too early to call. Michigan, she's going to win Michigan. Big Reds will make sure of that. But Pennsylvania, I don't like this. And if they call Pennsylvania for Donald Trump, I'm going to bed. I'm not even staying up and say I don't need to hear the rest. It's a wrap. I mean, it's not gonna. Yeah, she's gonna win Colorado too.
Yeah, I was looking at that, but they're only reporting what 55% on that.
Yeah, Colorado's at 54%, but she's up by 300,000 votes. It ain't like it's that many more votes in Colorado to be had. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, Arizona's tight too. Man, I can't. First of all, I wonder what New Mexico looks like.
Looks like desert.
New Mexico's tight. So, gotta have Colorado, gotta have New Mexico, gotta have Nevada, and gotta have Pennsylvania, gotta have North Carolina or Minnesota. This is depressing. This is completely depressing.
I think it'll be a close call.
I would rather that than a landslide.
No, it needed to be a landslide.
No. I'm talking about landslide
for him?
on his. Yes, for him.
Man,
I don't like it, but I would rather.
Anyhow, back to vacations. I need something that will make me smile. I thought about. I've been stalking a Cunard cruise for 10 years, the better part of 10 years.
Wait, wasn't that the cruise line that you were telling that you and I were talking about a while ago? That's like the chartered plane version of a cruise that not a lot of people know about.
Yeah, they have ultra long cruises. Like they'll cruise across the Atlantic. They'll cruise around the world. They have some cruises that are like, I don't know, 6 months. I wouldn't want to do that. I would want to do something that's closer to like, I don't know, 28 days or something like that. But like that, I've been looking at that for quite some time. It's considerable amount. Like the 28-day one is like, I don't know, $14,000 a person, something like that.
Ooh. I
Well,
mean,
small change for you, man. You got that.
No, I do not. But it's a 28-day cruise. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, that would be one of them. Anywhere in the Virgin Islands, whether it's US or not, right? Would be wonderful. My wife loves Clearwater.
Yeah. Well, Clearwater, Florida, or is it just like Clearwater?
No, like Clearwater to look through. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. It's just nice.
Any of these places you guys would retire?
No.
Really?
I don't want to ruin the feeling of those places. If I retire out of the country, I'm honestly looking at like maybe Ghana, South Africa, something along those lines. Anywhere where my dollar goes that much further. One of my old coworkers, he's Filipino, so he's like, "Yeah, I go back to the Philippines." I'm like, "Oh, okay, yes, you've been there. I'm glad you're okay with that." But like, just blind. I mean, Ghana even for me is a blind eye, but I mean, from what I've seen about it, it looks pretty good, and like your money goes a lot farther.
Yeah, I was just looking at Brazil because I I went and looked at. I was looking at retirement. I was looking at Social Security. I was looking at all that because you're like, what am I going to have to work with every single month if I retire at 65? Right, that's the question I'm having right now. Right after the kids, in 10 years, 14 years, kids will be out of school. Right, I got 6 more years, then it'd be time to retire, if not sooner. Right.
Right.
But all that included, like I'm looking at, it's like, would I be able to secure in retirement 10 grand a month? Right. And that's doable. It's quite doable. Matter of fact, it's more than doable. Right. But where would that money go the farthest? I was just looking at Brazil. Right. I was looking at Brazil. Sao Paulo. I don't know. It was one of those beach cities. I don't really know South America that well. But the general idea is it's a place where it's generally, well, some places are safe and your dollar goes very, very far, and you can be there without initially having to know a whole bunch of the national language, right? Like you're American, so right. So I was looking at that, definitely looking at Costa Rica. I was looking at, I was looking at Spain to visit, but not like to retire to. But somewhere where, you know, wherever I'm living, whatever I'm buying, right? I'm only spending $1,200, $1,500 a month on housing, if that, right?
Right.
So the rest of my money I can like live, right? So,
so I was just looking at probably I was just looking at Ghana's cost of living, and it is 39% lower than the United States as a whole.
yeah.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Cost of living in Ghana is on average 53.4% lower than the United States. Rent is 71% lower than the United States.
Wow.
Here, let me see if I can bring this up. Like that's that's a lot. You know what I could do with that kind of money? Cost of living. There we
Retire.
go. You're right. Like, no, but that's like right now I could retire. Yeah, so restaurants, like $3.82. Meal for 2 people. Mid-range restaurant, 3 courses, $43. A McMeal at McDonald's. That's pretty much close. That's almost in parity. Milk, transportation, a monthly pass, gasoline. Well, wait. Yeah, it's almost in parity, pretty much. But I mean, cars, just in general, like everything is lower. Look at this. A 3-bedroom apartment, $1,300. Actually, I paid that in 2012, 2013. But yeah, it's like, you know what? Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Wow, this map is killing me. It looks like there's a very good possibility that Kamala wins Virginia.
Okay.
Go freaking figure.
Okay.
I did not have that.
That went on your bingo card this year?
I did not have that on my bingo card, and that changes the map ever so slightly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Where are we? North Carolina. There's a likelihood that, well, it's not. Okay, so Mecklenburg County and the surrounding areas have about 1 million people in it, right? Mecklenburg County, I believe, has 600,000 people in it, right? Of those 600,000 people, let's say 400,000 are voting, right? Let's say 500,000 are voting, right? It's breaking 60-40. 60 times 500,000 is 300,000 votes, right? That's the margin of error. That's the difference between where Trump and where Kamala is right now. So it is still possible for, and just as a frame of reference, Mecklenburg County only has 18% of the vote in as of 9:56 Eastern, which was 30 minutes ago.
30 minutes ago.
Yeah. So North Carolina is still in play. Thank God. Right? Pennsylvania is still in play. Trump's ahead by 70,000 votes, but I mean, Philadelphia County is only 50% in, and she's winning there 78 to 20%, and that will hold. Pittsburgh is mostly in, so that's not a center. Harrisburg, 39% in. That's good. Scranton is 95% in, so they're tapped out. Monroe. So Pennsylvania is still in play. It's not looking good, but it's still in play. That's good to know. Not worried about Michigan. Not worried about Wisconsin. Kind of worried about Wisconsin. Definitely worried about Minnesota, but it's still too early. Let's look at this Wisconsin map real quick. I don't know where the cities are other than Madison and Milwaukee. And Milwaukee already has 50% in. All right.
You don't know
How
Green
many?
Bay?
Yeah, but look at this. Green Bay has Green Bay's not that big of a city.
True.
Like it's not. It's a city, but it's not.
I mean, the city owns the football team.
It's the stadium. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, because it's actually in
so,
their backyards.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like house stadium.
Yeah.
hmm
So,
It's an old
but yeah,
stadium too.
he's only ahead by 2,200 votes. So Wisconsin is still. We could get Wisconsin. Minnesota, on the other hand, we'll find out. Mexico, 32% in. She's up right now.
You know what I was just thinking about not too long ago?
What?
If you remember how people were like, yeah, Puerto Rico should become a state.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Puerto Rico
Imagine,
should be a state,
but imagine what that would do to the electoral college, because that's one of the things that they would have to figure out.
no, it wouldn't. No, I don't think it'd have as much of a what's the word I'm looking for here. I don't think it'd have as much of an impact
I mean,
on
even
the
they gave it
electoral college.
like so. How many? Oh, Jesus, what had just happened?
I'll put it like this: forget about the electoral college. You need for them to be a state because they get 2 senators.
Mhm.
That's why you need for them to be a state.
Hmm.
Like that's the thing.
Electoral
What
college map, because
what does Kansas look like? I'm sorry, I know I'm surfing through a whole bunch of
who gets
by
the least
70,000.
amount?
Kansas.
Yeah, I mean, hey, give them. I don't know. Give them 2 electoral college votes, because the lowest right now is 3.
What's the population of Puerto Rico?
The annexation of Puerto Rico.
1.2.
Million?
1.20 million?
I just threw a number out there.
Oh,
Boy,
yeah, I was about to say, hey, well, it's actually higher than that.
3.24. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I was close.
Biden won Georgia by absentee
3.2
ballots by
3.
Thursday after election. Yes, that is true. I hear that Georgia they've got either Georgia or is it Pennsylvania that have some processes in play so that they can count the votes faster.
Yeah, but it's still gonna take them a while. Like let's see,
Yeah.
Vermont has 3, so Puerto Rico should have like 9. Yeah, Puerto Rico should have like 9.
Yo, somebody put this up on
Almost 9.
on the book.
Puerto Rico.
This is a map of what we know so far, guys.
Stupid. You stupid.
But accurate.
Oh man, they reelected Ted Cruz.
Of course, you know they weren't giving up Ted. Come on now.
No, it was close. It was closer than most people expected it to be.
Yeah. In order to get Ted out of there, it's got to be like a landslide, man.
Excuse me.
What did Harris County do?
Hearst.
Excuse me.
What did Dallas do? All the major cities. See, that's so. Sorry. Anyhow, but yeah, definitely a cruise, definitely extended where I can be at port for more than a day or 2, and experience these places. Cunard, look it up. Finer things in life, baby.
I saw a cruise earlier where they get 100 days. It's a 100-day cruise. That would be
Cunard has those.
Yeah, that would be interesting to do.
Well,
recently tired of it after a while.
Recently, there were a couple of cruises that were extended cruises like that, and they had so many issues. Like marriages were breaking up. People were like, I'm serious. If I can find the story, hold on.
I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna go to the other end of the boat. Fine.
Hope you sink first.
Yeah, it's too much.
I mean, when you think about it, if you put a married couple into almost like a 8x6 cell
Oh yeah, pretty
or a
much.
small room, because if they spending that much money, there's only going to be an interior room.
Mm-hmm.
It's bound to get a little rocky after a while.
But then it's interesting that you see like people that's retiring.
Mm.
They found that it's cheaper to retire and just be on a boat.
Yeah.
Me and my wife just had that conversation. Right. No, I'm not. I'm like, I'm serious. I was like, when we retire, like, if we just cruise, we don't even have to have a house really. We just like cruise, right? Because if you think about it, let's say 1,500 per, I don't know, 1,500 per week. That's $6,000 a month, right?
I mean, and it includes everything. So,
but it includes everything.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a place, you don't have food because it's on the cruise. No water bill, no light bill, no internet bill, and for those that drink a lot, no alcohol bill.
I'm sure if you're going to be on there longer than just that week or whatever, I think you could probably work something out with them.
Absolutely. That's why I was looking at. Those prices are kind of high. The study or the documentary that I saw with the two or the elderly people who live on cruise ships, they were paying right around $3,000 a month.
That's not bad.
No, and that was
for
just
both of them.
Yes, 1,500 a piece a month, not a week.
Hey man, hey man.
Steve's like, hey, Sherelle just got cheaper.
Get in the truck. Get in.
But it makes sense for those who don't have a large retirement plan and just obviously living off of Social Security or whatever investments that they might have made. And like you said, everything's included. There's no need for a vehicle anymore because you can't drive on the water.
Sure can.
If you need mail, you need a physical address. You just create a PO box, have stuff sent to your PO box or your home base.
Yep.
Again, the documentary that I saw, some of the couples, they just fly home to their kid's house for the weekend or whatever, just to get land or to be on land for a little while, and exactly, use the kid's house.
Yep.
And you save your money. You get to do your laundry and stuff on the ship for free, all included.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Excuse me. For those who like the sea, obviously. Unfortunately, Dom, is not for you.
Not for you.
Whatever. Yeah, it's fine. I don't
And
want
it
to
can't
be.
be.
I don't want to be on the boat that long anyway.
And come to think of it, I really wouldn't want, like, I'd have to have a room. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna be an inside room near the elevator. No. I need a room.
I need an apartment essentially with multiple rooms.
Hey man,
not just the room and the bathroom.
If it ain't 1,000,
you ain't getting it for that price.
What are we doing? Hey, that's what I was thinking. That's exactly what like.
Yeah, I need a living room at least.
You need a what?
Close.
He said 1,000.
1,000 square feet. Like, I'm not sure. Can you really live healthy with someone in like 450 square feet?
That has to be your soul mate. Like, you and that individual have become one. There's no secrets. There's nothing holding you back. Like, literally, when I'm about to fart. That's how close. Y'all are laughing. Y'all know exactly what I mean, though. And if your spouse is listening, they know you have to be like this, like tight. Nothing can separate it at all.
I think, like, okay, realistically speaking, like, assuming that I got the room that I wanted that has something like a living room and like a bedroom, bathroom, all separated. Because I've seen the rooms, like a room like that is also normally on the back of the ship. Like if you're on not a Carnival cruise, what's the Royal Caribbean? It's usually towards the back, and you have a view of the ocean because you're on the side. But then also you have, or you have a view of the Aqua Theater,
Mm-hmm.
and those are usually about 1,000 square feet. Okay, so assuming I got that, I think realistically I could do that consistently, maybe 3 months. Maybe 3 months.
You wouldn't pay the $3,000 a month, but you pay significantly more.
Assuming the price is reasonable, and I still get the accommodations.
Yeah.
3 months would be
the room that I saw for the $3,000 a month was typically a 2 porthole window room.
Nope.
Nothing fancy. It did have a couch in it.
I mean, in order to keep my sanity on that, I would probably like wake up stupid early every morning and just not be in the room for a good, I don't know, 5-6 hours.
Well, you're on a crew. You're well.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
You know.
But then
you
also
have access to all the amenities and stuff on the ship. So
true. But then also, you know, I haven't sailed with like Royal Caribbean or Norwegian or anything like that. My experience is kind of locked in through the lens of a Carnival cruise right now. So their rituals that they do every week would get really old.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that. There are a lot of things I would not be participating in because no, absolutely not.
Yeah, I would not. I could. That's why I say 3 months, and that's like I'm committing to it. You guys ever seen? Okay, have you guys seen the challenge called raw dogging?
Do I even want to know? Do we
Right.
want to go farther? I don't think that I do.
It's not what you think it is.
I pray it's not.
I was about to say, and that's a wrap, folks.
Bro, quickly wrap it up. Oh my goodness. What are we
like,
doing?
comment, and subscribe.
What are we doing? Shut it down.
Anyway,
I just hop right on off.
So the new challenge raw dogging is when
we gotta find a better word.
Yeah, they do.
We gotta find a better word.
But so basically what it is like when you get on the plane and you know they have like the infotainment screen that shows where the plane is and your destination. This challenge, guys are getting on the plane and just sitting and staring at that screen the entire time, not getting anything to drink, not getting up to use the bathroom, nothing. They're staring at the screen the entire time.
What's the purpose?
It's just you're right. There's no purpose, but to them, it's just a challenge.
I'm tired of these challenges.
You have nothing else better to do than just stare at the screen for your flight.
I'm tired of these challenges.
They have nothing better to do. Nothing.
You paid all that money for a seat just to stare at one screen the whole time.
I'm tired of these challenges.
Yeah, idiot.
I'm tired of these challenges.
Yeah, idiot.
Everything is not a challenge. Okay, everything is not a challenge.
Like these guys were like hopping on 7-hour flights. It's like, yeah, I raw dogged a 7-hour flight. I'm like, dude, you are not the same person when you get off.
Well, I mean, okay. First of all, that's not what that means. Second of all, that's not what that means. Third of all, that's stupid. I mean, what more do you want? I don't have anything else for you. That's just stupid, okay? Why are we even having this conversation? Because people just do stupid things.
CNN wrote an article about it. And how long ago was this?
They write an article about stupid things all the time.
You're right. I mean, they're fishing for things, of course. Yeah, I wouldn't even wait. Like, yeah, I wouldn't even waste that kind of time on like a flight like that.
It's time to go to bed. It's time to go to bed. It's time to go to bed.
Wow. I mean, it is, but wow.
Right,
what did I tell you? What did I tell you would be what would I tell you was going to happen? When I figured out it was all over, it'd be time to go to bed. No reason to stay up. None.
He won Pennsylvania?
No, but he's ahead in Pennsylvania. If we go look at Pennsylvania, this is what it looks like. Now, granted, they're only 58% done with the vote, but Philadelphia County is 62% in. He's up by 100,000 votes. Chester's 11% in, so, you know.
Okay. Hey, man. We've got some time.
We've got time. I believe Pennsylvania will pull out, but even if Pennsylvania goes blue, right? If that happens, see that? And that's assuming we get into Mexico, which it doesn't look like we're getting at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't like.
Yeah, Mark Robinson didn't win, right?
He did not. He did not win.
Small victories. Small victories.
Yeah, like Mike, whatever his name is. What's his name? Mike. Yeah.
Porno Mark, Magic Mark.
Mark. Wow. Wow.
They talking about Nevada now like it matters. I mean it does. It does. It does.
We can see the show notes.
Good. I'm glad that you can, because I was about to ask how many. I was about to ask the ridiculous question.
I thought I asked that one already, but okay.
No. We had this conversation at the dinner table the other day. Knowing everything that you know now, if you're set back in the 1800s, how many people do you believe that you could murder and not get caught?
Whole country's worth?
Okay, here are the constraints. If you're going to murder them, you have to murder them by hand. It can't be through any infectious disease. Like, it has to be an active movement of your hand or of something that you planned. Right? So you can't like set a bomb and blow up a whole bunch of people. Can't do that. Right? And you can't like go find a bird and rub it in somebody's mouth to give the whole population.
What?
Can't do that. Can't do that.
Still,
like
a few hundred.
Yeah.
I have some follow-up questions. Am I a black man in the 1800s?
Yes.
I ain't getting a chance to kill nobody then. I'm the one getting killed.
That's fair.
Not here. Not in America.
Oh,
Let's say in England.
That's pretty much where they're coming from. So
okay, let's say you're a white guy. Let's make it interesting. Let's say you're a white guy.
Oh, well then it could be anybody, as much as I want to, as much as my big hands can strangle.
You know, you get your you get your fill enough. You'd be like, all right, cool, whatever.
Yeah, but as a black man in the 1800s, unfortunately, no. You might get away with one. I highly doubt you're getting away with two.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I could get away with a couple. I mean, give me a knife and a ski mask.
Did they have ski masks back then?
That's why I said give me a knife and a ski mask. What? They don't have
those
they
don't have things like in Django. We can't see out these.
All right. We can all say that the bags were a nice gesture, but they just weren't executed well.
But I can't see. It don't matter if you can see as long as the horse can see.
That one scene alone, I was done. I was like, this movie's stupid. Like Jonah Hill in that scene was perfect.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was done. Like at that scene, like it was already kind of funny, but when they got to that scene, I was like, all right, you got me. You win.
Yeah. That scene did a lot of good work. Did a lot of good work. Because oh my gosh.
I don't like you. We would have had to do that in one take because ain't no way you got me doing that in multiple takes because I am dying laughing.
Come on, that's the beauty of the movie, man. Doing that, especially the content of that movie. Oh, that's probably the easiest thing that they shot.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So, God almighty. All right. before we get too depressed, anything else? Like, I really would like to talk about Lioness with someone that has watched Lioness. But if I say Lioness and I don't see a smile on your face, then I know that you haven't watched any of
I
it.
haven't watched it. I know what it is, but I haven't watched it. I haven't watched any of them.
Not even season 1.
My wife has.
Okay, listen. If you like
Listen.
any Call of Duty or any Black Ops, if you liked watching The Unit or SEAL Team 6 or any military show on television, if you liked Jack Ryan or Jack Reed or any of the Lioness is that fire.
Well, so the same thing happened with Power for me. I didn't really start watching until like season 4. So
Well, that's what I'm telling you now, because Lioness is that fire. It's
no, I know, and I knew Power was good. I just gave it a little bit before because look, I stumbled. No, I didn't really stumble upon it. I started watching Superman and Lois. I binge watched like from season 1 all the way to season 4, and now I'm caught up where I gotta wait for each episode. Like there's certain things. Yes, exactly. There's certain things I kind of just, if I haven't watched it yet, I will just let it go so I can just binge watch a bunch of it.
Superman and Lois is great.
Superman and Lois is great.
I'm in season
The
3.
writing in that, like Lex Luthor isn't your typical Lex Luthor. Superman isn't your normal Superman. It's got a lot of depth to it. It is nice.
It is. I find myself watching it, giving it more attention than I should have.
Like so I've watched Green Arrow, I watched The Flash, I watched Black Lightning multiple times, and a lot of they all have somewhat different feels to it, but all kind of real surface level, like haha, funny, whatever, lighthearted, whatnot. Superman and Lois is like it's pretty deep. I really like, they put a big emphasis on the family angle on it, and them being a unit, and it's like Superman and Lois is not just a title, it's really centered around just Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
And the kids.
Yeah, and the kids, but in like the family unit, it's a euphemism pretty much for their family, and it's not just about Superman going off beating people up using his powers, and like all the other shows kind of were from CW. It's the writing is really good. The writing is really good. I haven't seen Venom yet. I didn't even realize that was out in theaters. And
I'm just gonna wait. It's too late now. I'm just gonna wait.
And funny thing is, I just watched Venom 1 and 2. I just rewatched that over this past week. But yeah, you're right. I'm gonna wait. Venom's not one of those movies where I have to go. Now, Avengers Doomsday, I'll be there day one.
Yeah.
The next Spider-Man movie, I'll probably be there day one. Yes.
Are they doing another one?
Yes. So interesting. I found out the contractual obligation with that. So Sony has to produce a Spider-Man movie every 5 years and 9 months. By the end of the last of the
or they lose.
Spider-Man. Yes, or they lose and the rights revert back to Marvel. And essentially, basically, at the end of them showing their movie, actually put in theaters, they have 3 years and 9 months to start the production of the next one. So they're under the clock. Like Marvel did good to make sure that just keeps going.
Yeah.
So
Tom Holland.
Yes. Well, yes, Tom Holland. I think he signed on for quite a bit more. I know Robert Downey Jr. They paid him $100 million for over 4 movies, so they get at least 4 movies with him. So that's
4 more movies.
Yes. Yeah, 4 appearances in 4 movies.
So the first one is Fantastic Four: First Steps, 2 Avengers movies, and one more.
I'm sorry. Did you say just appearances or full movies?
No. So the way that Marvel does it is when they sign you, it's not like when Sony did with Will Smith. Sony signed Will Smith to like a 10-picture deal for $200 million or $250 million, some ridiculous number, and he starred in those movies. Marvel signed Samuel Jackson to 6 movies for like $40 million,
Mm-hmm.
but he has to be in like 6 movies. He don't have to star in 6 movies.
Right.
So every time you saw him in, as
Okay.
Nick Fury, that counted as an appearance in a movie.
Okay, like an end credit scene or something like that.
No. It's
not the end credit.
It's more than it's more than that, but not necessarily majority him.
Yeah, like you had to have like him in Avengers, right? So him in the
Mhm.
original Avengers counted as 1, right?
Yeah.
Him in Iron Man 3 counted as 1. Him
Okay.
in he went in Thor 2. But like that, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's
was.
the way that works out.
He was at the end.
Captain America.
He was in Captain America,
Yeah. He was in a few of the Captain Americas.
yeah.
But yeah. So essentially, yeah. Robert Downey Jr. He is for those that don't know, if you should know, he's playing Victor Von Doom, and yeah, so he'll be in at least 4.
For $100 million.
Yep.
Mm.
I mean, it's crazy. It's like after everything, after seeing him as Tony Stark and him he did put that character down. He's not playing that character anymore. But they were just like, hey, I think he was just so impactful in his role. They were like,
Yeah.
hey man, could you come back? And apparently Tom Holland is going to be Spider-Man for a while. They were saying that I was listening to a podcast, and he's actually they actually come to him about how they should do some of this stuff now. So he's not just starring in movies, or he's just not an actor in these Spider-Man movies. He's like producer level in these movies now.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And he's young enough that he could continue playing Spider-Man even for a little, assuming another 10 years maybe.
Well, he's on the Robert Downey Jr. He's going to be the one. Well, he was going to be the one to carry the franchise, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was the one. He was the seminal star, and he still kind of is, because Robert Downey Jr. is coming back, but everything is going to be centered around Spider-Man. So he's on the Robert Downey Jr. plane. That's what RDJ did with after the first Avengers. He was like an executive producer.
Yeah,
like on all of them. And that's how he made the ridiculous amounts of money.
And it's nice to kind of have some continuity, like the passing of the torch, because also what's theorized in these movies coming up, with Spider-Man, Peter Parker, he's going to run into the Victor Von Doom with Tony Stark's face, and it's going to be a whole thing. And then, so then you got some of the other. I think they're supposed to be putting together the new Avengers within the next. Oh, do you see Ironheart is? I think that's next year, or is that 2026? One of the two. And that's supposed to be 26. Pretty good. Yeah, that's supposed to be pretty good. It's one of these years that we're gonna get. I think it's next year. We're gonna get 3 Marvel movies and 3 Marvel TV show, Disney Plus shows. So that should be fun.
Yeah, 3 a year, and that's a good enough clip.
Have you guys been watching what's it called, Agatha?
I finished watching it.
How was it, by the way, BT Dubs? How was it?
It's better storyline than some of the other Marvel Disney Plus projects. It's really? It's kind of just a continuation of, like, the first few episodes. You're just like, all right, whatever. But towards the tail end of the season, they do deliver.
Is it worth the 10-hour commitment?
If you're not committed to the overarching story of like Marvel and as well as its intricacies and how they connect together, no, don't watch it. If you are, yes, watch it, because what you'll find out from WandaVision, it does have a tie back into WandaVision, and you kind of get a hint of what's going on, but then they confirm it, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, and kind of sets up future, a lot of stuff for the future as well.
I would say just do a recap of it, and that's about it. It's not, in my opinion, it's not worth it.
And there's your sign.
All right. So
that means I'm not going to watch it. Tell that right now.
So,
But I have my reasons as to why I wasn't fully interested in it. So
oh yeah, it's weird. I will say that it's weird at first, but essentially, it's just an overarching story of Billy from WandaVision, Wanda's son. He somehow inhabits. He comes back to life essentially, and understands how he came back to life, and his abilities manifest. And towards
which
the end
make
of
no
it,
sense.
what?
How he came back to life, and it made no sense.
It does not. Yes, exactly. It doesn't make any sense. It's kind of a
And then the man is never mind. I'm not even
they,
going
they,
on
they,
that road.
it is a bit of a pull, a bit of a stretch, kind of.
Bit.
It's a bit of a stretch. But all right, you got to do something. I get it, but I think it's because Billy, or AKA Wiccan, is supposed to become part of the new Avengers.
Wait a minute. His name is Wiccan?
His superhero name is Wiccan.
Wicked.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's supposed to be part of the new Avengers. Actually, supposed to be getting a TV show that kind of ties in with the new Hawkeye.
Are you serious?
Mhm. Like I said, the first few
The
episodes,
Young Avengers, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
the first few episodes was not. It's personally really wasn't all that great. It was kind of building to something, but they must have stuck the landing with the last few.
And this is where Disney's going to lose majority of their older crowd.
Well, I mean, from what I see, not a lot of people really watch the Disney Plus shows anyway.
No. Well, it
Only the
depends.
hardcore people, and it has to apply to you. Like it has to
Right.
be a subject matter and a character set that applies to you. You know, like
Mm.
everything, every Disney Plus show, every Disney Plus show isn't the Punisher, right? It
Right.
not Daredevil that can apply literally to any and everyone.
Daredevil's coming back too.
I can't wait.
Yeah, Daredevil's coming back. I think they might even bring back some of the people from like the Iron Fist is I think supposed to make an appearance in that. Luke Cage is supposed to make an appearance in that. So there, the whole Hell's Kitchen, everybody should kind of make somewhat of an appearance.
If I'm not mistaken, we're in
Bushmaster.
phase 7.
I thought it was. I think it's we're getting ready to go into 6. I don't know. It's too many phases at this point.
Way too many.
It's like every half a year, it's like, all right, we're into a new phase. It's like, wait, the first phase was like 20 movies. What are you talking about?
I could have sworn we were going into phase. No, you're right. I'm sorry. Phase 6.
Yep. And then Gladiator looks pretty good. I think I told you guys I need to see the first one, so that's gonna be interesting.
There's the phases for y'all.
Still looking at the your feed for the election.
Oh.
A friend of mine told me Trump's going to win, and I was like, but she's got so much enthusiasm. Everybody, Republicans against Trump, and white women are going to vote, and yada 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 yada. He just hit me up. He was like, "Yo, you got time to talk?" I was like, "No, I don't." he was like, "I tried to tell you," and I was like, "Yes, you did."
So, Armor Wars, from what I understand, has been canceled.
Did it really?
Oh, it's been no.
It's been replaced.
It's been turned into a movie. They went from development as a TV show to development as a movie.
Well, no, because look, I gotta look at that again.
You know what? This is not
it has King Dynasty on it, which that's been
this is not accurate.
as well.
So let me get something a little more accurate here.
So,
as you all can plainly see, we're trying to calm our nerves with Marvel news because this election is stupid at the moment.
That's interesting. I lost my whose was it? Interesting.
It's like this can't be life. Just can't. Just can't.
You
do it.
know, part of me believes that some people just want to watch the world burn.
Part of me believes that there are a whole bunch of people that don't think that they're going to burn with the world or because the world is burning.
That part is true.
Right.
It's like you do realize you're on the same planet, right? Oh, okay.
This is anyhow.
It's not a beautiful picture or whatnot, but for the most part, this one is actually accurate.
Okay. Fantastic Four, untitled Marvel movie. I wonder what that is. Avengers Doomsday. It's Doomsday and Secret Wars, they know for sure. So essentially, if you look at it like this, Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in Fantastic Four, he's going to be in Doomsday, and he's going to be in Secret Wars. So that means he's got one more appearance to make somewhere. And a lot of people think it's probably going to be an untitled movie. My guess would be it's probably going to be an untitled movie 3 or untitled movie that's in
4.
February 18th.
Yeah. Now I do know one of these. I'm not sure why it's not on here. Is going to be an X-Men, or it's going to be one of the X-Men movies.
I think I know.
Phase 7, they are introducing X-Men into the MCU.
Right. Well, this is the mutant saga kind of. So I think I know the next appearance of Robert Downey Jr. It's going to be a Spider-Man movie, which is I think that July 24th date.
Could be. I mean, what are they going to call this one? No Home?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they'll start a whole new naming.
They need
situation.
To. And they should, because it's not, it's not what it used to be. He's by himself. He's, you got to remember where we left off in the last one. I mean, he's in New York. Nobody knows who that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, even including Ned and MJ right. Watson. Yeah. So they don't know, but they will possibly know Peter Parker. And we don't know if it's going to be a time skip. Some people say it's going to be a time skip, maybe a few years to where, maybe he's a little bit out of college, but at some point he's got to go work for the Daily Bugle. So we'll probably see J. Jonah Jameson again, it's going to be, which I'm pretty sure that's going to happen, because that's going to be funny, because he's going to be bossing Peter around, but he's the one that revealed Peter's identity, but not really, we're going to get that interaction. I'm pretty sure.
You think they're going to go down that storyline though?
We don't. I don't think. I don't know.
They've done a great job of avoiding the traditional storyline.
True. Yeah, but I mean, you didn't get that storyline with the Amazing Spider-Man either. He wasn't. With what's the dude's name? Andrew Garfield.
It was a lot better than the original one too.
You're right. The Amazing Spider-Man was a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, I was cool with Tobey Maguire until the third one with Venom, and
off the rails.
He was crying like every other scene, and that's when they lost me.
I did not like Tobey Maguire.
That's the other thing. That Spider-Man movie. Remember, the last place that we kind of left Spider-Man as well. The Venom symbiote is in his universe now as well.
Right.
So
from where? From when?
So the end credit scene from Venom.
Yeah, but in there it got pulled back in a different end credit scene.
Still there. Yeah, it's still there.
What? No. Okay, so
you have end credit from the second Venom movie, but then also the end credit from the last Spider-Man. Was it No Way Home?
Spider-Man 5. Spider-Man has
Thank
no
you.
crib.
Thank you.
Yeah, so.
Spider-Man buys land. Breaking
oh my god.
Yeah, so it's yeah. I think that's the storyline because now Venom, Venom the symbiote is in there, and a lot of people are just speculating that at some point they kind of go down that same road that Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire #3 went down, but should be better essentially.
So that's going to be hard to fill if Venom is in that because, well, nobody's seen the new Venom yet officially.
Well, because Venom in the comics and in the cartoons, he had a spider on his chest at some point.
Does he not have a spider on his chest? And no,
Mm-mm.
that is true. That is true.
Yeah, so
I can't say much about it without spoiling it, but I've seen a nice bit of the Venom movie already. Yeah. I know how eager Steve is to watch Venom, so I'm not gonna spoil it for him.
I'm gonna watch it either way it goes. So I mean, if you
Well, I'm not gonna spoil it for the viewers.
It's been 3 weeks. What are you talking about?
So what?
How long has it been? 2 weeks?
No, it just came out. Did it come out just this last week?
Yeah.
First weekend, Steve. At least next week we can spill the beans. Which also Moana 2 is this month too.
November 25th, I believe.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go take my daughter to see it. So I'll be in the theater for that one.
How about November 15th? Aside from it being my mother's birthday, November 15th, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah. I got Netflix. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
If I had to pay for it, I don't know if I would, but
yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm not.
Let me ask you this question: do y'all think it's going to be for real or staged? Staged.
Mike clearly needs the money.
I just want him to hit Jake Paul one good time.
So, and I think Jake Paul is ready to call it quits. This is his big payday.
Absolutely.
So if he gets knocked out, which they changed the rules, he can be knocked out. So
that's good.
He can?
Yeah, 14-ounce gloves, he can be knocked out. 9 2-minute whatchamacallit, 2-minute rounds.
2-minute rounds, yeah.
No headgear.
Good.
Yeah.
I hope Tyson goes to work on him.
It's gonna be a whole lot of clinching on a lot of dodging. You know that, right? Like 2 minutes, they dropped it down from 3 minutes to 2 minutes specifically for that reason.
It's gonna be like
but if Tyson connects, it's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, even at his age, like I'm not worried about that. I know he can still do it.
Did you watch the Tyson Roy Jones exhibition? Also, this is a pro match. This is considered a pro bout. You know that, right?
No, I did not.
Yeah. So, but I watched the Tyson Roy Jones one, and Roy ran from him and clinched him the entire match. And he said after the match, "Man, that's a line. Are you crazy? I'm not squaring up with that man. I know how old he is. He's not putting me to sleep. No." And I expect Jake Paul to do the same thing. Why would you? There is no amount of money that you could pay me to step inside of the ring with Mike Tyson for 3 minutes.
$100 million.
Imagine the amount of money Jake is making off of this stuff.
100. So if somebody came to you and said, if you could last 3 minutes with Mike Tyson for $100 million, you wouldn't take that?
Absolutely.
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 Listen. We're all at different places in our lives, okay? And as much as I can appreciate it, I'm not saying that I don't. What I am saying though is, I think that man will hit me so hard that I'll be peeing blood for the rest of my life, and I'm not taking that chance.
It would not be a boxing match with me in the ring.
Yeah, it'd be cardio, really.
It'd be a track match.
You got to catch me, buddy.
Dominique, what did you just say? All it takes is one punch? I'm not even a boxer. Like I've been hit hard, but I ain't been hit Tyson hard.
He ain't gonna
True.
punch you behind the back of your head. That's against the rules.
He don't have to.
He can't punch you
Also,
back.
For
I like
$100 million, I can get a new kidney.
I'm running around that ring for 3 minutes straight.
I also like the way my face looks.
He ain't even gonna see my face. I'm running around the ring for 3 minutes straight,
You know what a broken rib feels like?
Nope.
and I don't want to.
I know what broken rib feels like. I'm here to tell you, you wish you were dead.
I've had
every time you
rib, but not
every
broken.
time you breathe, you
Mhm.
contemplate whether or not you want to continue the breath. Like you literally, you weigh the options. You go, if I stop breathing right now, I'll die. But at least it won't feel like this. So, but I mean, I get it. I'm not saying I don't get it. I just, man, oh my god, $100 million. Okay, I consider it. Like if you wrote out the check, right, and I had to look at it, I'm not saying I wouldn't consider it. But
Well,
as
not
of
the
right,
check. We ain't writing no
Cash
check
money,
on that.
baby.
Cash. You write a check, now I gotta pay taxes.
Cash money, baby. Meet
he
me
give
at
you
the
cash,
car.
you got to pay taxes. You think he will be able to give you $100 million in cash and nobody know?
How they know it was real money they gave me? Could have been movie prop money.
Okay, you
Well,
want to learn?
it had to be
What
withdrawn
you
from
what you
somewhere.
gonna do with the cash, Jason?
Put it in my nice Tempur-Pedic mattress.
I mean, true. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't be able to. You
I'll
wouldn't be
walk
able to
through.
buy anything, really.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing. What are you gonna do with the cash, really? Because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you got to clean it somehow if you're going to do that.
Yeah, and if you clean it, you lose 20% off the top.
How do you know that, Steven?
I don't know what.
That you lose 20% off the top.
I read a lot.
Mm.
I watch a lot of TV. I'm serious. That's what they say. You lose 20% off the top. So, and then if you
20%
don't
is
do
a
it,
whole lot less than what 40 or 30 something percent that the government's gonna take.
yeah, but that's if you do it right. And that not only that, now it's you know what? If it were me, take the taxes. Take that. I don't want to be subject to criminal investigation.
And I mean, it's the same thing with winning the lottery. Like once you get to a certain amount, like I put in ChatGPT. I said, look, if I was to win, I think at the time the lottery was at like 416. And I said, after taxes, blah, blah, blah. If I just put it in a savings account that earned me the average interest, blah, blah, whatever, how much would I have? And I think after that, it was like you would get like 100 and something million after taxes, like after everything. And then if you put it in an account, you would earn like I think 4 to 5 million per year on interest. And I was just like, you know what? I'm okay with that. Because I mean because a lot of people
that's really low.
Well, I mean
like 7%.
No, the average.
It's like 3.5%.
Yes, it's like 3.5, maybe 4. But I mean, 7 million to somebody who doesn't make 7 million a year.
Exactly.
No, I'm with you. I'm just thinking. You said I'm thinking of a CD, and I was like 6%. 6% will net you out 9 million a year. So
I mean, yes, you have to pay tax on that part, but I mean, I'm like, hey, look, that's why sometimes I don't feel for those stories where you see lottery winners going broke. I'm like, yeah, you did too much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel for them.
I don't feel for them because you did too much. Like, why can't you just put it in an account that nets you $7 million a year, get you a home that costs maybe $2 million or whatever, a decent home, a modest home, because you never have to work. You never have to work ever in your life again if you live off the interest. You tell me I can make $7 million a year and never touch what I won. I'm all right with that.
I mean,
I am too. I am too. Actually,
that's a logical outlook on winning the lottery. How many lottery winners are logical to that point?
Maybe that's because that's probably the reason why I don't win, because I'd be too logical. They'd be like, "Hey, what you gonna do?" I'm like, nothing.
I mean, it's gotten
Now,
better recently with more people declining to be on camera before they figure out what they're going to do with their lottery winnings. But still, come on, man. Come on.
I mean, my vacation is probably just a little bit more extravagant. You know, I'm not buying a jet. I am flying first class though. Either that or I'm chartering a jet. One of the two.
Yeah, no. Okay, so yeah, I agree with you. Would not. Oh God, it's a earthquake. No. So I'm with you. I wouldn't buy a jet. I'd be a part of a charter club though. I'd definitely be a part of a charter club because we're not. No.
Like, ew, I'm not walking through TSA. Ew, get off me. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if I'm making $7 million a year, then there's no reason for me to fly commercial.
it depends on how often you'll be flying.
True.
I don't care if I flew every week.
They say if you fly at least, I think, 500 hours a year, it would probably behoove you to just buy a jet.
That's a lot of hours in the air.
It is a lot, yeah.
Yeah, but then you got to do jet maintenance. That's
Or
why you got the charter clubs.
or you rent out your jet.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta remember too, the jet is a tax write-off.
True. Yes. That's why it's that hour limit. Anything over that hour limit, you can something like that you can write off.
The plane itself is a write-off. Certain maintenance can be a write-off. Certain maintenance. A certain amount of the fuel can also be a write-off. So it's a big tax bracket, pretty much.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm definitely hiring like a good enrolled agent, not a CPA. An enrolled agent will get you what you need. They will put you on the path.
You wouldn't bring on Bon Quick from down the road who can flip your taxes and give you more money?
No. I don't even want her to know I got that money.
Man,
I am broke.
If I'm winning that money, I'm going to the IRS and I'm hiring someone that used to work at that still works at the IRS to do this. Like,
absolutely. Hire the cook himself.
No, yeah. You call it. Maybe like
matter of fact, I don't even need that. I call the IRS. How much do I need to send y'all? Can you send that to me in writing?
Who handles your most advanced cases?
Why are we even playing? Why are we playing?
I need that letter notarized.
Yeah,
and delivered with a signature.
Yeah, I need two copies.
Mail.
One sent to me certified mail, one sent to my lawyer.
Right.
And I will have the check. I will have the cashier's check hand delivered. And delivered, because we don't want no problems.
Sir, are you bribing an official?
I am not.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
See that's how you end up in the federal penitentiary.
Hey, we being clear. Here's your check. Bye.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see anything in the mail.
Nope. Matter of fact, lose my name and my number.
If you got problems with me, you talk to me personally. Huey, you talk to me.
Right.
Oh, I need to watch American Gangster.
Any additional taxes y'all getting from me is going to come from my daily purchases. That's it.
Yep. I am with you. Definitely with you. Where is that thing? Is it this one? I'm about to say Jason can't hear that.
What's that? Yeah, I can.
Ew. I got to delete that one. That was hot garbage. Yeah, that was hot garbage. That was hot garbage too. Jesus.
We've been on for 2 hours and 44 minutes.
Well, we started early. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
There we go. All right, Steve, let's give him one more recap. What you got?
Hold on. Okay, let's see where we are. Here we go.
And looking good.
No, I mean, okay, so they have not called Georgia, although they're very close to, which is good, right? They haven't called North Carolina, but it's close. We got Virginia and Pennsylvania, who they still haven't called. I would still believe Pennsylvania is going to go for Harris, and Virginia too. We're still waiting on more data to come in from Wisconsin and Minnesota. They've got Colorado and New Mexico in the blue columns, which is great. This I wish was in the blue column, but it's so close that it may very well end up in the blue column. And these three being in the blue column would certainly be a boon to the situation. Because if those three are in the blue column and we hold, even if we lose Minnesota, right? Or if we hold Minnesota and lose Pennsylvania, well, we lose Pennsylvania, it's the ball game. But if we hold Pennsylvania, then we can lose Minnesota or Wisconsin. So, you know, it's not over. It's just it's anxiety inducing.
It is.
Very much so.
They're calling Oregon.
Everything on the West Coast, with the exception of Nevada, you just go ahead and pencil that in for Harris. It's a wrap. It's a wrap there. Nevada, definitely need Nevada though, and we should have Nevada. But getting those three, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, that would be a big win. That would put her in position to win this. Good God. I was really hoping they'd pull out North Carolina. I was really hoping.
Elon's already tweeting game, set, match.
Yeah, when it's they're happy that it's this close because their plan has always been that if it is this close, that they can protest in states like Georgia or states like Pennsylvania or states like Wisconsin or states like Minnesota and try to get those overturned, right? Which leads to why local and state voting are so important, to having these local officials either on your side or on the side of democracy as a whole. Because without it, like you got Democrats in Pennsylvania, but you don't have them in Georgia, right? You got a Democratic governor in North Carolina, but you have a Republican Senate and House. So you end up in. What you say?
He just won North Carolina.
Yeah. Well.
Shoot.
Long as but here's the thing: as long as we're in Virginia, then that isn't as bad, right? But that means we gotta win either Minnesota or Wisconsin, and those six, right? Even if we should not lose Minnesota because that's Tim Walz's state, right? Should not lose Minnesota. But even if we lost Wisconsin, she still wins. It's closer than it needs to be, but she still wins. You know what I mean? But if that happens, then she doesn't win. You gotta have Pennsylvania. So when you're looking at it, that is a problem. That is a problem. All of that is a problem.
Oh shoot! I just realized I bet somebody lunch tomorrow if he wins.
You better call out for mental purposes.
No, actually, I do need to go to bed because I have to wake up in a few hours.
Yeah, it is that time. It is that time. So, but this has been the election episode of 1155 Fear the Hype. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for laughing with us and lamenting with us. Stay informed of what's going on in the election. CNN, MSNBC, 270 to win. Information will be everywhere. Don't be downcast. There will be joy in the morning light somewhere in this world. Hopefully here in America. You know what I mean? And hopefully the West Coast will pull through. If not, we'll just continue praying. And I don't think I'm leaving America just yet. So we'll see you each and every week right here. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit the notification button so that when we get on, you'll know that we're on and you can interact with us. Thank you so very much. I am Steven. That's Dom. And that's Jason. We'll see you guys next week.
Hey, guys.
Good night.